everybody. So today we've got some massive stories to talk about in the gaming world, from Sony's latest power move to Porsche's creative collaboration and the potential shift in console exclusives. There's a lot to unpack, so make sure you have your coffee. Let's dive in. First up, Sony's made a splash by snagging a majority stake in Kadokawa, the makers of Elden Ring. Considering the huge player base of Elden Ring, this is a big deal. But what does this mean for us gamers? While it might not dramatically impact Sony's financials in the short term, it definitely boosts their media and entertainment muscle.
When I play for keeps. Bank on it.
With the rights to co-produce and distribute Kadokawa's anime franchises, Sony could be gearing up to become a major anime powerhouse. This move could definitely boost confidence in Sony's already impressive game and media lineup.
Maybe.
As for monopoly concerns, it's unclear how this aligns with Japan's regulations, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Next, let's talk about Naughty Dog's new sci-fi game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, and the curious design influences from Porsche and Adidas. Porsche has lent its expertise to design the Porsche 984 Tempest NDX spacecraft featured in the game's trailer. On top of that, there's an Adidas placement that feels just out of place. These collaborations raise some serious red flags. It doesn't seem like they're taking inspiration from products that would have been around in the 80s, which would have fit the retro space adventure theme. Instead, it feels more like a blatant money-making strategy.
Yeah, not great, huh?
Is this just a cash grab or a genuine effort to enhance the game? While Porsche's design fits perfectly in a driving game and Adidas might make sense in a sporting setting, their inclusion in a retro space adventure feels odd and out of place. It doesn't seem like they had players in mind when making these decisions. Feels more like a safety net in case of catastrophe. And finally, we got a story that could shake up the console landscape. There are reports suggesting that some PlayStation exclusives might be heading to Xbox next year. This is huge because it means more choice for gamers, no matter the platform. With PlayStation's significant market share and exclusives held in high regard, why would they even consider this move?
Good question, Tom.
It might signal the end of the console wars as we know them, with corporations realizing the potential for multi-platform play to maximize their reach and profit. This shift could mark the beginning of a new era in gaming where exclusives are no longer as exclusive.
Oh, this is it! This is it!
And that's what we've got for you today, with a little more sprinkled throughout, and I'm joined by the brightest minds on YouTube to give their expert analysis. Welcome to the Couch Consumer live stream. Right on, right on. All right. How's everybody doing? So we've got Scotty Boozy, aka Cole from Gears right now.
That works though. That works.
It works. It does
work. Looks just like you.
Oh yeah, spitting image.
Right on. We've got Fozzie Gaming in the chat. We've got Lord Beerus in the chat. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So this one's going to be extremely long. We're going to try to condense it. We're going to try to be as quick as possible, but we've got a lot of interesting trailers and some
morning,
stuff
Loki.
on X. Oh, and good morning, Loki. The cold train runs on whole grain.
Love it.
That's
love
freaking
it.
great. But I'm going to kick it to X too, because there's some interesting stuff going on there. You know, a lot of developers showcasing their stuff. So we'll get to all of that. But first, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? What's new?
Good morning, Solace, my queen.
How are we doing this morning? Sorry, anyone.
I have no idea. I'm okay, I guess. I just woke up and I'm like, oh, got the show, and I really didn't have to think about how I felt this morning. It's Christmas, everybody. It's supposed to be happy times. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Worst intro ever.
No, it's not. Oh,
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, look at
Here comes Santa.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Lord.
Because
that's great.
Christmas is going to pass by before we get on next time. So Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you got your Christmas shopping all done, because if you didn't, shame on you.
Shame on me.
All right, Fox. I feel personally attacked. You know I've been busy.
Yeah. All right. I stand by that though. 10 toes. But so
I'm on my screen.
Oh, we have a live studio audience this time.
We
Yes.
do. We have my 3-year-old nephew at the door.
Aw.
Oh.
Right on.
All right, love you, buddy. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So we're gonna start with. Hold on, wait. Gigi, how are you doing? Scotty, how you doing this morning?
Yeah.
Doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm alright. Do you know what? It feels like the pressure's off a bit that I can't be seen. I won't lie. I don't know why. I must not be a camera person secretly.
We're all gonna use the pictures next week.
I'm not gonna lie. Freaking I just did a video for a Neva review. Go watch that, by the way. I thought I did a decent job, but you're exactly right. I didn't show my face once, and it feels a lot smoother, you know.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I don't know why. That video is on my watch list, by the way. I need to watch it.
Right on.
Yeah.
I didn't see that you put it up. It was on you played Neva?
Yeah, it was like 4 hours, but it was really, really good. Really good. Short, sweet. And I just saw your video, Nos, about Intergalactic. And as always, great points all around. It was super freaking good. Super good.
I was frustrated. I'll admit I was frustrated when I made that video, so I might have been a little bit more crass and just more angry than usual because I don't like my time being wasted.
How is that possible? More than usual.
It is possible. You have to watch it to find out.
Yes.
But I also had another video up talking about the Witcher trailer, which was unscripted. I was just stream of thought with that one and
right on
talking about how it just didn't do anything for me. I keep talking about my last two videos are about games I'm not interested in playing. I really need to put one up for
No, that's fine though. I think that's fine.
That's hilarious.
Honestly.
Yeah, it's I mean it's you can comment on them. It's like if you have negative thoughts or whatever, even if you have positive, you want to get eyes to that video game, and for the not so positive, you want the devs to be like, oh yeah, wow, let's take this into consideration, but they won't do that.
You know what it is? I found like a lot of people that had criticisms about Intergalactic and the Witcher trailer were just focusing on the character's appearance, and I'm like, I don't give a crap about that. Is it an interesting character or not? That's so. I mean, I didn't feel like I was being represented in the landscape, so I just made my own video.
So the Intergalactic, which my thoughts have changed on that a little bit. Apparently, these have come out in. I can't remember what his name. It was Paul Tassi. I want to say he came out and said that these leaks weren't true, but there was supposedly Intergalactic's entire storyline had been leaked, and to be honest with you, I was intrigued by what these false claims had laid out. So that's unfortunate because now where did they go from there? So I don't know.
Did you read any of it? Did you have any interest in reading any of the leaked plot summary or whatever?
It was someone read it out. I watched the video on it because it was kind of like breaking news whenever I heard about it, and the guy was making a video on it, and then like 2 days later it came out and it said Paul Tassi was like, it's not true. If that's even the journalist that pushed back on that. I'm getting my wires crossed. I am not prepared today. Not prepared.
Well, this was unscheduled part of the discussion, so
yeah.
Let me see if I can find out though.
Right on.
But what I will say though, sorry folks, what I will say though, like videos like I haven't seen Nas videos yet. I've just added it to my watch list. But I think it's cool to. I mean, I haven't listened to it yet, but I think it's always cool to criticize in a way where you're not always pampering to the devs. I think it's always good to get a different perspective.
Yes.
And if there's something wrong with it, then they should listen to that criticism and see it as constructive feedback more than anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people go around. I mean, some people do go around butchering games on purpose, but like most times it's good criticism. But I think
the thing is, you can tell the difference. You know what I mean? Because it's a difference between someone saying, I don't like this protagonist because she's unlikable, I'm not too crazy about the character design, versus someone saying, this is ass. You know what I mean? It's two different.
Is that what Nas? Is that what you did?
No. I was
It's
frustrated
true,
by I was frustrated by how long the trailer was for how little it actually showed.
Right, that too. Because
See, that's constructive though. That's constructive.
Exactly.
Well,
So,
Yeah, but
next time.
you can tell the ones that are getting on and just being trolls and bashing something.
right, it's easy to tell.
Versus the ones, versus the ones that are trying to give their opinion. And it's also,
well,
I
you
think
would
it's
think
really,
so. You would think
Yeah.
so, but there are some people that you're criticizing something that I like. I don't care whether it's legitimate or not. You're bad, and you're a this, and you're a that.
Yeah, but
You know?
I mean,
Well, that's
especially
true. I mean,
when
I talk crap about you all the time.
Yeah,
That
but
rat bastard gonna catch these hands, like all that. So,
but when we're talking about criticism and devs taking that to heart, you know what I mean? I think in some ways this is all performative for them, because if they can take any negative feedback and switch it to positive, like get people on their side, so they'll take the most egregious examples of the people that's like, oh, this is garbage, this is not good, blah 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 blah, and they'll be like, see, they're just hating to hate on this game, please give us support, you know what I mean? And
sometimes people are not. Sometimes people, it takes a certain skill to give good, actionable feedback.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you should ignore anything that's like, well, I don't like this, or that character looks stupid.
Right.
That doesn't mean you should ignore it. You should take it for what it is. And don't take offense to it. People are taking the time to comment on your product. That is feedback. That is still valuable.
Yeah.
But not everybody has the skill set to be able to say, this is, I do not like this, and here are the reasons why, and here are the suggestions I have for what you can do to improve it.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows how to do that.
Right. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
But that doesn't mean that what Loki said in chat, shallow complaints are still legit complaints. They are.
Yeah.
You have to take it for what it is, and you have to approach this with a customer service first mentality that, people are taking the time to comment on your stuff. You should listen to them, even if you don't like what they have to say.
100%. Yes. 100%. I 100% agree. Shall we get into our first video? Shall we?
Yeah. Sure.
Sure. All right, so this one is Total Chaos. Is developed by Apogee. It's a total conversion of mods. So apparently this was a Doom 2 game that just got modded into its own thing. But let's go ahead and take a look real quick. Apogee. Apogee. Sorry. There's still a lot. This is my first time, like, looking that up. That was my first time looking or hearing of this studio. Good lord, if I can speak today. Yeah. Oh, and no. That's cold. Man, that's cold. It's like, it looks old in German. It looks like it came straight out of Inglorious Bastards, you know? Oh, shit.
That's your brain.
I was talking to myself for a little while there because I forgot to turn on the desktop audio.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I need to play this so that I can scream a lot.
Whoa.
Wow.
I got a bit. I'm even a little bit interested in playing that.
Right on. This isn't your type of deal. This isn't your usual deal.
I'm gonna have to whip out that gaming PC.
Right on. So you said Apogee, so it's Apogee. I said Apogee. Sorry, Apogee. They're the ones that are leading this. Apparently, it's going to be available only on PC. It's going to be a PC exclusive. I want to say it just said.
I just want to say Apogee's the publisher. This is the developers Trigger Happy Interactive.
Thank you, Nas. Oh my gosh.
No
Wish
worries.
list today available 225.
Which could be as early as
That was bad.
11 days away now.
Yes. Yeah. No kidding, right?
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Stop.
Hold on.
This looks interesting.
Here, hold on.
Swords.
Right on.
And I need what news.
And so now they're fighting. Can you please go get your brothers?
Right on.
They're abusing you with it.
They're abusing you with it. Is that why you're in here hiding?
Okay. Okay. Let's get into the next trailer real quick. This one's Empyreal is an upcoming action RPG developed by Silent Games. Oh, wait, let me do that. I was really like super interested in this. It's not as polished, but I'm still super interested. Let's give that a look real quick. And I do have the audio turned on this time.
When I get back.
Let's turn that up.
To this mission.
Okay, now is that way because it got torn apart or because they're building it? Little head.
As for the answers you seek, I can only set you on the path.
Action RPG.
Yes. It'll get into some gameplay here, but like with that one, you saw how stiff his cloak was.
Man, that looked wicked.
The final secrets of existence and non-existence.
So that's where the comments about like the not so polished, and then some of these enemies don't look like they're in like their final design mode. These landscapes though, they look freaking fantastic.
We are to witness the divine.
I like how those weapons are glowing. Oh, the people glow too.
It's sort of like a bubble of a personal shield, which is quite interesting in games like this.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, how many hits can you take?
Right.
Does it just reduce damage, or does it deflect? I don't know.
But it looks like super interesting.
May the God of heaven inspire your heart with peculiar determination. Come the day that you must face the truth of our world.
Oh, wow.
What frustrates me about these types of trailers, though, is that you see like a fraction of a second of gameplay footage. Like, I actually want to see a long, drawn-out fight just to see how it would feel. That's always what I'm hoping for. That's on my wish list for trailers. Like, if you're going to show the combat, let me see a longer sequence than just you know a few frames.
Right on. All right.
I get that.
No, that's
I
fair.
think sometimes they just try to do the cinematic short stuff so that they can just get their product in front of people.
I know
and
it's technically
spark interest.
gameplay footage.
Yes. Yeah.
Technically, but it's the narrowest sense of it. You know?
Yeah. So this one's is coming to all platforms: PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and it should be available in 2025. Wish list now. And yeah.
Nice.
And this is, I want to say, is being developed by Silent Games. I could be wrong on that.
No, you're right. You're
Thank you, Nod. See, that's why. Oh my god.
Not so
Sorry.
that studio checker.
He's
if
like,
it's on Steam, I've got it up. Anytime you've got a trailer, I'm looking at it as well.
thank you.
There
I'm
you
so
go.
glad
There
I got these two yesterday then. Because it would, you know, it's hard to do that stuff on the fly, you know, but
Yeah.
it's like right on.
There's actually a character creator in this as well.
Oh, get out. Yeah. That it seems like it would have those
You would think a game that's an RPG would have a character creator. But
Solace says the goddess code demands a walk, I shall return. Hey now. So I'm gonna ask chat. Freaking Fuzzy, Loki, Beerus, what do you guys think about these last two trailers? We will check back after we get through this next one. This next one's Den of Wolves, and it's from the same developers of GTFO, which looks freaking good.
GTFO.
Yes. And so the story behind GTFO is like you are a convict apparently, and you're tasked to go down below this area to grab whatever you're being asked to grab, and there are monsters and mutants down there that you have to survive through and get back with the item. And it looks like it's a fire team, so it's only 4 people. That co-op deal, and you go in and retrieve it and you get out. I wish I would have brought that up to
sounds
take
like an
a look.
extraction shooter.
Yes, it is, and it looks freaking fantastic. So it's the same developer said. This is called Den of Wolves. This one is more of a heist deal, but I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. Here, let's get over to that real quick. I love how I didn't notice this before, but all the flying cars that look like flies, and that's probably saying something along the lines of the city's rotten, or the city's rotted, or something like that.
Is the bottom line. Industrial espionage. Sabotage.
So is this like a post-apocalyptic?
No, it's a futuristic.
Dystopian, I think.
Yeah, future dystopian.
Future dystopian, I like that.
Looks like it'd be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, it does.
See, this is what I was talking about as far as showing.
Looks interesting.
Showing longer scenes.
Yeah. Gotcha. I see. Looks like the shooting is impactful. They've got awesome looking weapons. Made in here.
I will say though. Oh, there's more.
Clean.
2022.
Wait, did I say it was available in year 202?
Yes.
Yeah, but it did the ... because it couldn't do like 2025 or anything.
Okay.
It's a guessing game.
The game looks good.
This is like Payday with sci-fi, but these are the creators of Payday and Payday 2.
Exactly. Yes.
You're bang on.
I think the first-person shooter market at the minute is so saturated.
Mm-hmm.
I think in general we need to see different type of games.
Yeah.
It needs to have a hook,
Or at least the option to do third person or first
Right.
person. I don't like first person very much.
Well, with if it's gonna be like a COD, like a replica of that, I don't think they're gonna give you the option. And to be honest, it's like, okay, so quick question, I guess, for the panel. If COD had a third person option, a third person view option, would you even switch?
Oh, it does.
Oh, it does? Oh,
On
Jesus.
certain game modes, I think it's better personally.
Do you really? Oh,
Yeah. I don't know, because it reminds me of, because I like games like Gears, as you can see, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Like, I like seeing the character with the gun.
Yes.
So what's that point of view like? Is it like COD, or is it like a
It's literally like
Gears? That's what I meant to say. Yeah, because you know how you have that
Yeah,
that side panel. There's like
I'd probably
viewing
say
from the side.
more. Yeah, I'll say more. Oh, there was a game. It's a Tom Clancy game. I can't remember now.
Siege,
No,
Rainbow Six.
no,
Rainbow Six.
no. It's a
Siphon
more
Filter?
recent one. It's a more recent
Genre.
one.
Huh?
I reckon Loki will
Dead
get
of
it.
Honor. Hunt for Red October. I'm just naming books now.
Yeah, it's a more recent one. I think that game. Yeah, that
Ghost
game's
Recon,
heavily.
Loki said.
Oh shoot!
Might be Ghost Recon, but that's a third-person shooter. I don't think you can do a first-person. But yeah, my preference would be third-person personally.
Right on. Oh,
What about you guys?
I'm with you on that. I prefer third person.
I would do first person.
First person.
It depends on what that camera's gonna look like. I have a third person YouTube video. Third person mode in Modern Warfare 3 is so addictive, but it has a freaking commercial.
It was the Division.
And they won't even let me mute that. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
What's going on there?
It's the commercial.
It's making me go through this.
It won't let you do the skip option.
Absolutely whack. Okay, but
you know what? It may be a brave idea to use a different browser.
Okay.
Hack.
Gotcha.
Use the Brave browser.
Oh,
There you go.
he's trying to speak to me. I know it. But here's Lugo Voices Games. Let's turn that down.
11 or 12 minutes.
We're not gonna go through the whole thing, but apparently this is Modern Warfare. Third person. That looks pretty good.
See, I like that.
That looks pretty good.
I like that. Yeah, yeah. You can just see everything around you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look at that.
You know,
Oh gosh.
it's like Metal Gear Solid. Do you know the fourth one where you can switch?
Yes.
You can toggle left to right. Yeah.
Dude, that looks fantastic. It looks so good. Oh, okay.
I would play a third. If that was the option, like you only had the option of playing like third person. I'd do that. But if I'm presented with both, for just reaction time, I'm going first person 100%
Right on.
of the time because I'm a keyboard and mouse player.
Yeah.
Right. So it just works better for me.
Right on. All right. So you can in fact go third person in COD. I had no idea, which is, I mean, that's awesome to know, for sure. Oh, it looks like Ghost Recon. Looks like Total Recall meets Ocean's 11, maybe. Yeah.
No, he was talking about
Yeah,
he was talking about Dead of Wolves.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Only no Julia Roberts, thank God.
That's hilarious. This next one in freaking you know about this. Well, I mean, you know about all of them, but you had actually wish listed this one already.
Yeah, this one looked really interesting. I thought I was surprised and impressed by how polished this trailer was.
Mm-hmm. And it really teases the story really well. That like it gave me just enough where I'm like, oh crap, what's going on with this world? What's going on? What happened to, the person who she has to get a hold of? And it really enthralled the crap out of me. And plus, it at some sections it looked like a Metal Gear game. Not futuristic, not with the technology, but the stealth mechanic. I was like, oh my god, is this
I
thought
this was a very, very well made trailer.
100%. Yes,
you got to see the in-game cinematics, but also gameplay and see how everything works. Get to hear the voice actors actually interacting and developing a little bit of character. I mean,
yes,
this is great.
Yep,
I liked it. So.
Right on. All right, well, let's get into it real quick. If I can, it's never a smooth transition, like ever. Oh shit!
In Eriksholm it will happen, and it all begins.
At first, I thought this looked like Dishonored.
Yeah.
She's gone. Find her.
That's fair.
Before she leaves the building.
I need to get out of here and find Herman before they do.
Herman Holst? I'm just kidding.
That was great.
They've taken Herman Holst. The real one. The one we have now is an imposter.
What do you want? I need passage. You told me you wanted out. You and your brother. That's actually why I'm here. I respected your decision because I thought you respected me. They're looking for Herman.
Herman.
You want passage, huh? I'm not keeping these for you anymore. You'll take them with you this time. I won't get past this gem without a dart.
See, they got the stealth gun or the trank gun.
She's brave.
You know?
She's brave.
Know what she set in motion.
Oh, I like that shooting out the lights.
It looks really freaking good too. Like everything is just gorgeous.
Like you have the option of playing as different characters at certain points, and I'm hoping they each have their own ability and skill set.
Right on. Yeah.
Before he does.
Hey. Yes, that's right. This is Eriksholm.
Nice.
It sounds so funny to say that. Eriksholm.
I
Eric
something
lives
to
here.
say Eric's home.
Yeah, exactly. Eric lives here.
Eric's gaff.
Eric's gaff? Right.
Yeah, we say gaff.
Oh, good.
Eric's
deal.
flat. No.
Eric's. Yeah.
What's another one? Eric's apartment.
That's what we would say. You guys are all about the flat, and what else? You have a flat? Oh, the garden is the backyard.
Yeah, the garden. Yeah, the masonette.
The what?
The masonette. So it's basically Oh, how's it explain a masonette? It's between a house and a flat, basically.
An alley?
Okay.
No.
That's great.
Yeah, let me just look it up and see if I can.
Here.
Dude,
that was a good one. That was good. That's
a legit question.
That's clip worthy.
Oh, I feel like such a fool. What is
No,
a masonette?
come on.
Don't feel like a fool.
Oh,
I mean,
masonette.
get it.
Masonette. Okay.
Oh, is it how I pronounced it?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Translates
Oh,
to
my
little
bad,
house
my
in
bad.
French is a popular term in the metropolitan luxury real estate market used to describe blah, 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 blah. I don't know if it... Oh, wait, here it is. In the UK, masonette is a self-contained... Where's the rest of this article? Shit. Hang on a second. Self-contained access has its own front door that isn't shared.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't describe it as that, but yeah.
But
guess that
I
would.
can see where that would get a little mixed up. It sounded like the place in between these two structures.
Yeah, because it usually works as so you have a boat. Yes, people buy boats. Boats are as pricey as houses, by the way, over here. Don't ask. In London, especially.
Sheesh,
So it starts with a boat, then a studio, then a flat, masonette, then a house.
okay.
That's how it works.
Okay, so a masonette,
Okay.
it's not quite like an apartment, but it has like a shared entranceway.
It depends. So you can have a masonette which is below flats. So you have the flats up the top, and you have a masonette at the bottom, which could be like 2-3 floors potentially.
Okay.
Or it could be. Oh, it's difficult to
It's
explain.
like
you
a
know, to be
small
honest.
apartment building, like
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll
Right
go
on.
with that.
Okay.
But it does have. But it could have stairs as well. So it could have like 2-3 levels.
It sounds like I feel like it sounds like kind of like a duplex for us, maybe. But you're
But it's
not
not
sharing.
freehold. It's not freehold though. It's leasehold. So it's
Okay.
not yours effectively. So you have to manage the lease.
Yeah. Okay.
ah,
I'm picturing in my head what that is, but
I'm picturing like a duplex or a townhouse.
townhouse.
Like,
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's
that
what came to
sounds
mind.
about right. Yeah, that sounds
a
about
row
right.
house.
Roadhouse.
Almost. Not roadhouse.
Oh,
No,
Where's that
I mean,
from again? Road? Is that Family Guy?
no,
it's
that was a
actual movie.
Was it?
Patrick
Oh, let me-
Swayze.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
Oh,
good-
and they remade it, and I'm not gonna see the remake.
no,
I
don't
don't
watch
think
it.
it's like a
Roadhouse.
brownstone, Loki, because brownstones are like bigger. They're essentially its own house.
Mm.
I think
Okay.
it's more like a row house. Like they're all one building, but their own. I don't
That's
know.
my bad.
I don't know.
I really appreciate that Bunny's in the chat right now because she can vouch. And back
Oh,
me
right
up
on,
and
right on.
provide insights.
Hope you guys think you're all doing good. We're not
She's
feeling good today, so
working
gonna
a
be here
bit, but
lurking.
yeah.
Right on, Bunny. Sorry, I
What's
hope you feel
what's
better.
Dearest? Oh, she ill.
Yeah, she said she doesn't
she's not-
feel,
yeah,
feel
not
good.
Yeah, she's,
Oh.
not, she's just having a rough day.
Oh, speedy
Not
recovery.
feeling so
Speedy
well.
recovery.
Yeah.
Yes. Peter Griffin, Roadhouse.
Oh,
Yes,
Scotty,
yes,
Scotty,
yes.
add that to your
That's
list.
what I heard from
You do need
Yes,
to watch
Miles.
Roadhouse.
Oh
The
yeah.
original.
Okay.
So Eriksholm, just
okay.
real quick to bring it right back real quick. Eriksholm is being developed by River's Edge. Where did I see that?
River End.
River
End,
End.
yeah.
Thank you, River End, and it should be available on PC. It looks like it's just confirmed for PC, from what I can tell. Available in
And the rich
2025.
get richer.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love how Lord Beerus said, "Don't forget the bog." Do you know what a bog is, guys?
Basically,
I know what bog roll is.
Bog,
Close. Yeah. You're on the right track.
bog roll.
So if it's not,
That's
so
a toilet.
there's a
isn't
bog.
it more like a swamp
go.
type area?
Oh, toilet.
Huh?
It's a toilet.
Oh,
Okay.
a bog roll is toilet
Actually,
paper, I guess.
We don't go around calling it a bog to everyone. We call it a toilet, but people
think I
reference
use
it
your toilet?
or the loo.
Yeah, the loo. Yeah. You think I use your loo?
This is so
Yeah,
educational.
Just writing about
Or,
it. there.
or the facilities. That's a really posh way of saying it.
Oh,
I use the
posh.
facilities.
Fox and I call it the latrine.
Yeah. Or the head.
The what?
Yeah, the latrine.
The head. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
of
Damn
it.
it. You only call it the head if you're in the Navy.
Well, we're
It
part of
wasn't
the
the
Marine
Navy.
Corps. We're part.
Oh, okay.
We're part of the Navy. The Marine Corps
Yeah.
is.
The Marine
They're-
Corps is like
they're
the
a sister
hardcore-
service.
The hardcore
I have to take-
infantry half of the Navy.
Yeah.
Who
It's
refers
like
to it as a water closet?
I don't know.
Closet.
Who does
I've heard that
that?
term before. I thought it was silly.
That
but
sounds
I have-
Australian to me. Like
No, I
Australia,
don't
the
think-
Aussies would do that. It's like, yeah, okay.
There's some weird ass tangents were going on.
We've
Holy
got
crap.
so
It's so much
off
fun,
track
though.
today,
I
guys.
love
I'm
it.
sorry, I hope
It
it's
is.
It's
entertaining.
amazing.
Back to Fox in the studio.
Yes,
But,
I know.
One thing I will say, Eriksholm is going to be on PS5 and Xbox Series as well.
Thank you,
Oh,
Nos.
okay.
When I was looking it up yesterday, it said, "Oh, currently only available for PC." But there you have it. Thank you, Nos.
No problem. It's going to be Steam and Epic Game Store, which is interesting.
All right.
So I think Eric's homes is the problem why we spoke about the toilets and the houses and stuff. Makes sense. Eric's home.
Because we started
Yeah.
talking about like different, Eric's crib,
Yeah.
Eric's flat, and then we
Yeah.
started talking about all, that's where everything went wrong.
Oh, bloody Eric.
Everything went pear shaped.
Eric, you're diabolical.
Eric's gonna catch these hands.
All right, so
Just
this
cracking
next
up.
one, it looks like, I hope it's not, but anyway, are you a fan of Final Fantasy 16? Because it's dripping with those vibes for me. This one's called Lost Souls Aside. I don't know if anyone took a look at that one, but let's jump into that, and I want you guys to give me your opinions after. Oh, and this is coming from the China Hero Project. I think they're doing decent work at this point. Makes me think maybe Black Myth Wukong was part of that project too, but I haven't. That's just speculation right now.
He was jumping from tree branches. That was awesome.
Ooh, the soundtrack.
Yes,
I like that.
it's nice. Doesn't that look like the monster from God of War? What were those called? Elementals or something like that?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And you got
The third one springs to mind.
yeah, that looked like Fenrir there. Freaking
Yeah, it did.
very short, but I thought it was very poignant.
Lost Souls
PC,
Aside.
PC and PS5. And let's see if I can get the developer right. U2Zero Games, and it's part of the China Hero Project that PlayStation is putting their money into, which good on them, because I think they started doing that before Black Myth Wukong came out. So maybe they were reading the tea leaves and they were like, you know what? There's some good stuff that are going on, and no pun intended on that, but they saw there was some really good stuff going on. They were like, you know what? We should invest in China. They might be up and coming, and we want to be on the bottom floor when that happens. You know,
because we're Sony, we like money.
yes, yes, they do.
Unless it comes to Spider-Man and you want to fight with Marvel and be like, no, I'm running my own movie so I can make $10,000 instead of $1 billion.
Exactly. That was just a bad. We'll get into that. Well, I do have a story on that. We're gonna go from the. I think that's a good thing though, that they're stopping. They're gonna quit making these movies. So that's gonna be on the good side. But we're gonna go from bad to good. But remember Exodus? We looked at the cinematic trailer like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we were like, oh, we want to see some gameplay. There was like a teensy taste of gameplay. Now they have an entire gameplay trailer. So
All right.
I think this is gonna be fun, because from the looks of it, it looked really freaking good. It had a Gears of War, the way the mechanics were. It looked like a Gears of War type deal. But I might be speaking out of my behind, so let's just get into it, because I haven't watched this trailer at all.
Do it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah. Definitely get Mass Effect vibes.
Yeah, I was totally wrong on that.
No,
Not the
no,
Gears.
that's what you mean, though.
It's because from the other trailer, it looked like whenever they were sprinting, it looked like Gears of
Weapon is
War.
a hell of a way to greet your new partner.
So you're June.
We're burning time. Now that
Burning
we're all
time.
best of friends, let's make each other rich. I'm not just here to look pretty.
Sick.
I've got away with Celeste.
That was awesome. I want one. Yeah, I'm seeing Mass Effect vibes for sure.
Yo.
Dang.
A bear with armor? Future.
Okay.
Oh, dude, give me that.
I see a lot of potential in this new partnership.
Yeah, I'm in on this. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many thanks
What
again.
the hell?
Oh hell, what's that?
You should have been honest.
I see what you mean with the Gears of War stuff, bro. Like the whole stuff cover. Something.
The price is death.
Right on. I mean,
That's what it means to be.
I think
Mass
you.
Effect devs?
Yeah, you guys hit it closer to home with the Mass Effect.
Especially.
Yeah, Loki's and their former Mass Effect.
BioWare, right?
Oh. Yeah, I think it was BioWare, I think.
I'm all for Exodus.
Oh, no. It was former BioWare. Whatchamacallit?
I don't know.
Am I getting my wires crossed again? But here, I gotta Google it now. It was like former BioWare devs worked on this, if I'm not mistaken. Nas is already on it.
Oh, can you hear my keyboard going?
Yes.
We can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Click, clack, clickety, clack.
Those are good though. Gigi, do you remember we signed up to their what's it called, like a referral scheme or something? Because I get emails from Exodus.
Yeah, it gives us updates and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
Cool. Yeah.
What the hell? You guys, what the heck?
We were all in the same the same stream.
Yeah.
We just wanted it more clearly. See, we saw the potential for it. We saw it. We were like, yeah.
We got in on the ground floor.
That's it.
How dare you use my words against me? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Can't use my own spell against me.
What's that one? Oh.
Ooh, that was good. That was good. That was really good.
Well done.
Thank you, Scotty. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna start with go for it.
Former BioWare devs such as industry veterans James Olin and Drew Karpyshyn. Olin, most known for his role as lead designer for the first two Baldur's Gate games. And the original Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age Origins.
Holy crap, dude! Yes.
Okay,
Okay. So this kind of is a day one. I'm gonna go ahead and wishlist it on PlayStation.
And Karpyshyn, I'm butchering that name probably, for being lead writer of both Mass Effects 1 and 2.
Right on. Yeah, see?
All right.
Writer as well. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those stories. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I totally forgot to do something here because I don't think I optimize it for both pages here. So let me check something out real quick. But while we do that, see, I knew it. Out of all those trailers, which ones were your favorite? Let's hear that.
Exodus was my favorite.
Yeah, Exodus, I think.
Why are you
Exodus.
making me pick favorites? I mean, I like them all for their own reasons.
Yes, right on.
One I don't know. I like Eriksholm because that trailer was just a really great trailer. But this one, I need to know more about. I need to know more about Exodus before I get more invested. But so far, I like what I see.
It looks like they're taking not a bounty hunter, but treasure hunter type whatchamacallit? A bend, a treasure hunter bend.
Loki said Eriksholm was his. Yeah. Was his favorite.
Let's not start this again. Bloody Eric.
We're not making fun of the game. It's just
No,
well, it's good marketing.
I love so. I'm gonna go through the chat real quick. So anyone played Shadow Tactics? Looks like that. I haven't played it. So Beer said, of course I have to bring up the toilets. I'm gross after all, right, Geek? Oh, good lord. And Geek responds, LMAO, yep. And he says thanks. So Nas responds to Loki. He says, haven't heard of it, but can definitely see the similarities. It says, this spirits, don't be afraid of catching our hands. They're soft, delicate cream. Oh, good lord. Okay. Okay. Gamer says, you go ahead and think that. And Nas, LOL. And so Loki says, our games suck. Let's go to China.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. When I got my other PS console, I was like, should I send it to Japan or China for the store?
I think I think she would be interested in sending it to like a Japan type setting. You know, well, because she does speak Japanese. I'm not sure how fluent she is, but she does speak it pretty well. She reads a lot of manga too.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Lord Beer says beating up poor Yogi Bear.
Yeah, but Yogi had armor on, so
He
it's okay.
did. Oh my god. I
What
hope
he gets for taking that picnic basket.
Yes, that's exactly. Any artist should do a Yogi Bear with that armor on. I think that would be so tight. That's hilarious.
Oh, what?
I'm not quite that good at drawing, or I'd do
This
it
is
for
true.
$40.
Was right on. I'm not great.
I'm decent, but I'm not that good.
Eric's place or whatever. Right on. Okay, so we're getting to our first article. This one is a bad one, you know, but hopefully, you know, shining a light on it will, you know, keep them honest. But let's get over
A
to
bad article is this.
No. Oh, all right, let's see if I can scoot this over.
What the heck is this? Charlotte Hornets apologize for gifts. Oh, come on.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's bang out of order.
Yeah, I know.
They take it away off camera.
Yes, they do.
Oh, wow. Well, what's the story? Like,
So-
that's a terrible headline, obviously, but it's a
Oh, yeah.
headline, and it may be misleading because, you know,
Let's get
So,
context.
news sites do
I
that.
guess we'll find out.
so Charlotte Hornets apologized for gifting PlayStation 5 to child and then taking away off camera. This is from CNN, being pinned by Matthias Grez. So the Charlotte Hornets have apologized for appearing to gift the PlayStation 5 to a child during an on-court skit, only to later take it back from him off camera. The incident, which occurred during Monday's game against the Philadelphia 76ers, was captured in a post on X that now has 4.5 million views. The post shows the Hornets mascot Hugo dressed as Santa Claus handing to a young fan who takes the gift with a mixture of shock and delight on his face, obviously. However, the X-user, who said the child is his best friend's nephew, said Hornet staff later took the PlayStation back from the boy off camera and handed him a jersey instead. So speaking to a local outlet, Queen City News, the boy's uncle, Alexei Phillips, said a Hornet staff member whispered to him beforehand that the kids were not going to keep the presents they received on court. Whoa, crucially, this information wasn't relayed to his 13-year-old nephew, who Phillips said is called Jack. At this point, everybody thinks that Jack is going to get this PS5, including all the dancers, all the cheerleaders. Everybody basically like starts congratulating him. I guarantee the cheerleaders knew. There's no way they went over there and said, "Hey, cheerleaders can't know about this." Everybody knew. Phillips told QCN. There was even a Hornets dancer who actually gave him the PS5. She starts to pack it up for him in the bag. Whoa. Then we get kind of like all the way to the backstage, and you know, the guy who kind of found this in the first place, he starts to kind of take it away. I wonder what that looked like. So sorry, that's kind of funny. And everybody thinks he's joking because nobody would think he'd be taking the PS5 from a kid. It got pretty awkward because eventually he had to make it clear that he was joking. The Hornets later apologized, saying the incident was an on-court skit that missed the mark.
You know who needs to know that it's a skit? Everybody involved.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just punking this poor kid. What the hell's wrong with you?
They talk about drop the ball. At that point, Charlotte Hornets have enough money to just be like, you know what? Give it to them.
Oh, dude, the amount of money that they're going to lose as a result of this more than makes up for the cost of like 10 PS5s.
100%.
Stupid.
Yes.
Why are they even teasing with the idea of doing that?
Who knows? Who knows? That was pretty stupid. That was pretty dumb.
My head around how
cruel.
I can't wrap my head around how colossal of an unforced freaking error this is. Whoever was responsible for this, leading all the way to the top, should be fired.
Yes, that's so
this
bad.
is terrible for your image.
It's
What
so
the hell?
funny though. It's so funny. I wonder how it looked like. Like he's Diddy bopping is like, oh, just got a new PS5, and this guy comes in, he's like taking it from him. He's like, but my PS5, you know?
I mean, you know what? You want to make this skit work? You got somebody else to dress up as the Grinch to take it away from him.
Yes. Okay.
You
Yeah.
still need to get that kid in on it, right? And then give him
Yeah,
100%
you gotta
later.
explain to the kid beforehand. Oh my goodness.
He's guaranteed getting that mail to him. He's guaranteed getting that mail to him
I
after the
hope
fact.
so, because that was just cruel.
Let's see.
What?
The funny thing is, if he had just got out in the first place, what? The funny thing is, if he had just gone out in the first place and they just gave him a jersey on the on the court, he would have been stoked. You know? Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah,
just give him
exactly.
the jersey. He would have loved that too.
Okay,
Like,
so
why are you gonna give him a PS5 and then like be like, give it back?
I know.
I want to sit down the person that thought this was a skit, and I want them to walk me through this entire process and how they actually thought this was going to go.
Yeah.
So that I can slap them in the face and be like, "You're a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
You should not be around customers of any kind."
100%.
Or work in a coal mine.
It's literally the take candy from a baby scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what was? I wonder what their thought process was. Like, what was the point of this? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just cruel.
No, because you're a rational, reasonable human being, Scotty. That's the problem.
Oh, thanks.
I love it.
I really don't get it. Like, what was the point to make them look like they were awesome?
It's just
I don't who
ridiculous.
knows.
And then, how did they think that this story wouldn't get out?
I know. It's like who thinks that in the boardroom they're like, "Oh, I got it. Yes, Johnson. We pretend to give this kid a PS5 and then take it away from him. There's no way that could backfire on us." It's like, great idea, Johnson. Run it. What?
How disconnected from you to think in any way that this would be a good idea? Like, how do you just not know how people are and how they react to things? Have you met human beings before?
That's so great. I'm sorry.
Apparently
I
not.
laughed
Any
a lot
emotional
more than
intelligence at all?
I mean,
Really
the
not.
poor guy's going to be resentful of everyone that's given him, gave him the PlayStation to get away from him. But then you give him the jersey, like, he's going to think, hold on, I imagine, I don't want this jersey, I want the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, yeah.
forget this jersey. Like,
I can't
what?
I can't play freaking Exodus on a Charlotte Hornets jersey. Give me the daggone PS5. Are you
and-
crazy?
Imagine that experience as well, because that could be like, all right, it might be a stretch, but that could be traumatizing. Because, like, imagine like you're a gamer, you've just been given a console at the state. Was it a basketball court? Was it?
Mhm.
So every time he goes to that basketball court in front of millions and whoever's watching,
Oh, dude.
He's gonna feel.
do you know what I mean? Like, that's just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
It's
biggest
incredibly embarrassing
humiliation. Yeah. Sorry,
for the kid. It should be incredibly embarrassing for the franchise, but that assumes they can feel shame in any way, which I'm not going to make that assumption.
Right,
But I wouldn't want to have anything to do with the Charlotte Hornets ever.
Yeah.
If that happened to me,
And that's
even
so
if
fair.
it didn't happen to me, like I don't have, like, this is just bad.
Yeah.
Just all around bad.
It was not good. It was
To hell with the Charlotte Hornets.
yeah. Right on.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That is fair.
If I'd have been a Hornets fan, I definitely would stop. As of right now.
Yeah.
And anybody that's a Hornets fan, you do you. I don't care. But I'm just saying, personally, like, you're not gonna mess with a kid like that.
You're right.
And keep me as a customer, as a fan.
Yeah.
Any of that.
They lost a lot of goodwill from any fans, for sure. But let's move on to a happier one. This one is coming from Games Radar. Idris Elba was so dedicated to voicing Knuckles for Sonic 3, he recorded the lines while wearing Knuckles gloves.
Oh, I saw this.
And this is being penned by Lauren Malici. Super Italian. Shout out to Lauren. And Gigi,
Yes.
our resident Italian on panel.
Yes.
Talk about method. I'm going to try to skip all of this. In a brief clip, which can be viewed
Oh, I
below.
love it.
Oh, do we have the clip? Let's see. Let's just watch the clip real quick if they have it.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
that's crazy.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares. I guess it's supposed to be right here. I guess it's supposed to be in this area. Anyway, let's read it real quick. In the brief clip, which can be viewed down below, lies, we get a behind-the-scenes look at Elba, Keanu Reeves, Ben Schwartz, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy recording their O'Shaughnessy?
No, I'm laughing because I've seen that name before on like a Key and Peele skit, but they call it O'Shag Hennessy, and I thought that was just hilarious. It just reminded me of that.
Is it the football players like
announcing? No, it was the one that those are great. There's a bunch of them. Like 2 or 3 of them. No, it was the substitute teacher.
Oh, nice,
Mr. Garvey. Go on down to Principal O'Shag Hennessy's office. You mean Principal O'Shaughnessy?
With Aaron.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
D-Nice.
We call my nephew
D-Nice.
Aaron because of that, and then my other nephew's middle name is Blake. And
you mean Balake?
Yeah,
Balake.
Yeah, and he just cracks up every time.
Jay Quillen.
Yeah.
Jay Quillen. Right on. But that's a happier story. Elba, he was one of those actors where you saw him everywhere for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of bad and back, but I think he did a great job with Knuckles. I hate how they turned Knuckles into a doofus though. He's just a meathead. I hate how they did that, but fine. Idris Elba does a good job, so I'll give him that. But yeah, it's
quite crazy because I used to do voice acting, and I can understand why he's doing what he's doing because so the example I was given when I did my scenario was going to a gym and leaving the gym, and my coach said to me, "You literally have to walk as if you're picking up a bag and leaving the gym, because if you just stand there and you don't do that, it doesn't feel real."
Yeah.
So I can understand because I've seen this clip. So he's punching his knuckles together, but when you see it, you can see why he did it, because it's almost as if you are the character, and he is the character.
Yeah.
But you have to be in the zone for it to feel real.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Performance.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
You see a lot of cases where this doesn't happen. In games where it's like someone's climbing a mountain and they're just like they're having a conversation like normal. It's 2 people sitting in a coffee shop, and it's like, shouldn't you be struggling? Shouldn't you be sounding like you're reaching and you're straining?
Yes.
And there's nothing. It just makes the whole thing just seem wrong.
Yeah, like they're having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Instead of climbing a mountain. Yeah, it's very immersion breaking.
Like Pedro Pascal, he held a little pillow as if he was holding Baby Yoda. And yes, I know his name is Grogu, but I call him Baby Yoda.
Well, my thing is, yeah. Right on. Okay, moving on to more good news. Freaking, this is coming from World of Real. I'm not familiar with this publication, but World of Real, being penned by Joran Rumi, Sony canceled Spider-Man villain spin-off universe. No more movies. Yay.
That's not good news.
Oh, it's great news. I want Sony to stop hemorrhaging money on these stupid movies. Like
stupid projects.
You know,
put
it's
more money
bad.
into your video games. No, just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Don't put more money into your video games.
We saw how Spider-Man 2 messed things up with their $300 million budget.
Yeah, and to be honest, I just wrote credits on Spider-Man 2, and me and Loku were going to talk about it, but I landed on if you are a super fan of Spider-Man, maybe pick this up. You know, it is not a must-have. The swinging is amazing. The new mechanic they added with the gliding is freaking great. But story beats, they grind to a halt at some places. Some decisions don't make sense. It's like if you go
I'll
in.
be right back.
Okay. If you get Spider-Man 2, you're not getting it for the story in its entirety. You're getting it for the swinging and the gliding and all the Spider-Man butt kicking you can do, right? But the story is fantastic in some places, and it completely drags in some other places. Here, let me.
Whoa, Loki's saying it's the worst superhero story ever of all time forever.
That's freaking great.
Which one's that?
And he's
Spider-Man
saying this
2.
after we're talking. Which one are you talking about, Loki? Are you talking about Spider-Man 2, or are you talking about like the Sony verse?
the Sony Spider-Man
like
movies
that.
without Spider-Man verse or whatever.
Oh, he's talking about Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Which one? The one with Tobey Maguire?
No. That one's great.
No. We're talking about the game. The game
Sorry,
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
sorry.
never played that game.
Don't you ever dare knock the Spider-Man
Yeah, I know.
2.
My
man.
bad. My bad.
That was
my bad.
that was the first movie I took my wife to go see at the
My
well, we
bad.
were dating at the
Oh,
time.
right.
So that was our first date.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Ah,
One,
that's pretty cool.
I think it still reigns as the top dog. Spider-Man 1, I thought was freaking phenomenal. And God, Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
He's freaking
Yes.
fantastic in it.
Brilliant.
He's so good. He don't
Yeah.
miss in any movie
Yeah.
he's in though.
I know. I enjoyed that movie so much. I bought the book and read it.
Oh, right on. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
even though I know what's gonna happen, I just read it. Because I think that was like the first wave of comic book. I mean, we had comic book movies before, obviously, but it felt like something was actually happening this time. If that makes sense.
They started to get traction.
It was a phenomenon.
The
Yeah.
X-Men movies as well.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like the X-Men movies, I'll be honest. I didn't like any of them.
It's
Huh?
they were kind of
They felt too slow to me. Like the action, I'd never bought.
Mhm.
I don't know. It just didn't feel. I felt like it would have been better animated.
okay.
Like obviously, nowadays action scenes are a lot quicker. They're a lot. They're just a lot better. I just found that they were too slow.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really get into it.
Right
It
on.
just felt too cheesy to me. I did not like the early X-Men movies.
Yeah. You're right. You're right on that. Because I mean, with not newbies, but normies, I guess I raised my hand for that. With normies, it seemed like, you know, for kids, you know, comic books are for kids, whatever. Into the people who are actual fans, it's like, this isn't comic book accurate. No one looks like who they're supposed to look like. Wolverine, and you know,
Wolverine definitely doesn't look like he's way shorter
and stocky. And when I saw Hugh Jackman, he grew on me, obviously, but when I first saw him, I was like, dude, he's not nearly big enough to play Wolverine. You know, because he's jacked out of his mind, dude. He's so huge.
You basically need a muscled up Danny DeVito to play Wolverine.
Didn't they did that in Deadpool vs Wolverine, didn't they? With all of his variations.
I haven't seen it.
In clips that I've seen, they have one, and he's like no taller than my desk, and he's walking up to Deadpool. It's like hilarious. It's freaking great. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to include, but I totally forgot, which we'll get to. Hopefully, I don't remember the trailer being too long. But did you guys catch the new Superman trailer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did, Nas. I saw what you commented on it.
What a reaction!
Well, something in sync, can't we, Nas?
Yeah, what a reaction!
Not big fans of it, eh?
What am I supposed to be a fan of? There was I don't know what I was watching. I mean, I saw so many people that I thought for a second, like, wait a minute, maybe this is the trailer for like a trilogy of movies. Then it would make sense why there's so many different characters in it.
Yeah.
But this is all in one movie. And the first thing I thought of was the only movie I've ever walked out of, which was Batman and Robin, that had so many different heroes and villains in it. They never got screen time to meaningfully build them up in any way.
It's true.
It was that's, and I'm not saying that this is going to be that bad, because that was in my opinion anyway, a very bad movie.
It was.
But I don't know. The first thing you see is Superman getting like the crap or the aftermath of him getting the crap eaten out of him, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. I don't care for crypto personally.
Yeah, like
I think he should have been a lab. That's me. I think he should have been a Labrador.
I don't know. It just felt Lex Luthor doesn't look like Lex Luthor to me personally.
Hopefully he acts like Lex in this movie, though. You know,
I mean, they brought in what's his name? Green Lantern. I think that's Green Lantern anyway.
I want to say it's a variation.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Nathan Fillion fan, so that doesn't do anything for me. The only thing, the casting I did like, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, I thought was fantastic. That's great casting, because I've seen her in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and she's going to be a great fit.
Okay, right on. Do you think she would attach herself to this movie if it wasn't going to be good?
I don't know. Paycheck's a paycheck. I don't really know.
It's true. I know people are dogging Hot Girl's costume, but I thought it was pretty close to comic accurate. It's just her cowl isn't the same.
I know nothing about that character.
I know her from Justice League, and I thought she was freaking fantastic in it. I thought she was great. God, that's where I developed my love for Hot Girl.
Mr. Terrific is a good addition, but you know what it is? I don't think like I don't know. I know we've seen Superman, like we've seen different reboots of Superman movies. Get all that, but I don't know. This film was a little bit. Oh, by the way, here's Superman, here's Lois, they're together. Oh, there's Mr. Terrific, there's War Girl, there's Green Lantern, and it's like there's so much going on with like we don't know what's happening here.
Yeah,
like Lex Luthor looks like Hitman.
He even started pose too.
Yeah, with the gun. Like, what?
But the actor they picked, Nicholas Hoult, is I really enjoy him and everything that he's in. I think he'll do a much better job than Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
Oh, he was shocking.
In defense of him, I think he is a great actor. It's just the direction that he was getting. I think the direction was bad. I love him as an actor though.
Oh, what, Jesse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you might be right there. I think what they tried to do, it seemed like, is they tried to make him like Joker 2.0 for some reason. Because like Lex Luthor's not meant to be this jokey guy. Yeah, he's meant to be, a billionaire, serious, all of that. And Jesse was the complete opposite.
Kind of reminds me of like I don't know if this is a fair comparison because I'm not a comic book guy, but like he sort of like DC's Doctor Doom.
Okay.
Right? Motivated in his own way. Feels like what he's doing is right. He's very resourceful, very influential, very knowledgeable. But although Doctor Doom has, I think, magic on his side, so it's not really a fair comparison. But as far as personality traits, I think they're somewhat similar. Someone's probably going to correct me, and I'll stand corrected. But I always liked Lex Luthor because he wasn't your typical over the top bad guy. He was he had his own clear cut motivations, which were well established to him anyway, and it drove everything that he did. My favorite depiction of Lex Luthor actually is the guy from Smallville. I like that.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on. All right. Well, shoot, man. That was freaking fantastic. Let's get into our next one. This one's coming from Gigi. She's the one that brought this to my attention. Capcom says it's focused on reactivating dormant franchises. This is coming from The Gamer, being pinned by George Foster. This is a good idea. You see Sega saying the same thing. Too bad that PlayStation's not going to do that. Too bad a lot of these older studios don't see any value in doing that, but at least we know Capcom is doing it. Sega said that they're going to do it too. So Capcom has admitted in a recent press release that it's currently focused on reactivating dormant IP and series that haven't had a new release in a while, something that was proven at the Gamer Awards. Konami too, apparently. Earlier this week, the Game Awards was absolutely chock and block. Okay. With reveals and announcements from pretty much every publisher and developer out there. While we didn't get Kingdom Hearts 4 or Half-Life 3, as so many of us hoped, one studio in particular was doing God's work and seemed to have something new for fans at every turn in Capcom. So the Okami, right? They've got Okami coming, and then they've got Onimusha. Goodness gracious.
However, it's that.
Right. So you guys, did you guys see the Game Awards?
I caught clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I had some stuff going on. But yeah,
I tried to catch what was relevant.
Right. True.
I watched it through you guys last week when you did the episode on it.
We missed a lot though. Like well, that's on me because I should have brought up more games that I wanted to discuss. But after the fact, I was like, kicking myself. It's like, oh, this game. So I was like, whatever.
It's always like that when you're done with something. You're like, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that.
Yeah. But I'm super excited for Okami because whenever it first came out, I think it was just on Nintendo. If I'm not mistaken, definitely correct me in the chat or Nas, do it right now. But I wanted to play that game so bad. Now I get a chance to play it on updated graphics. I think that's going to be great. I think it's going to be fantastic. First time experiencing it. And it was kind of like when I played Shadow of the Colossus, the exact same thing. I got a chance to play it on, I want to say, the PS4, and it had been optimized, but it came out a while ago, you know. But so okay, so my question to you guys would be, what studio do you want to see their dormant IPs make a comeback and optimize for the consoles, the recent generation that we have now in consoles and PC?
Lord Beerus already beat me to it. I wouldn't mind another Mega Man X game.
Right on, yes,
yeah,
100%.
Mega Man would be pretty awesome to see.
I've got a few. Capcom announced it already. Power Stone. I don't know if you remember that game on the Dreamcast. Power Stone. That game was immense. Yeah, it was like, I think it was like 4 or 5 characters, and you're all on one screen and you fight each other, and it's all about getting the stone. It's a bit like Smash Brothers in a way.
Oh, it's 3D.
It's really good. But I think they're bringing that back as part of the Capcom collection. I think it's got all the Street Fighters, Marvel vs. Capcom, and all of that stuff in it. But the other one, probably Star Fox. Do you remember Star Fox?
Yes.
That was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that.
That was a good one. I know a lot of people,
underrated.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking about Dino Crisis too.
Wait, hang on a second.
Yes.
I don't think Star Fox was underrated. Lots of people love that game.
Oh
yeah.
Maybe it was underrated across the pond, not you know.
I think it's underrated in the sense where it feels like it's been forgotten about.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when's the latest one? It was years ago.
That's a good point. But interesting that you should mention that, because there's a game that's coming out.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me look it up. It's coming out in 2025. A game called First Squadron Phoenix, and it looks and plays a lot like Star Fox.
Let's see this. Sorry, guys.
Made by a developer called Raptor Claw. Indie game developer. First Squadron Phoenix.
Keep an eye on chat here.
I mean, if you looked at it, you'd think, "Oh, this is Star Fox."
What's the game called?
Pierce, you leave my Leon Kennedy alone.
First Squadron Phoenix. Like fur, as in, you know.
Right on.
I'd like to see them do a Resident Evil and bring Jill Valentine back.
Loki said Wii U had a Star Fox game. Very cool. Sony has plenty of dead IPs. Yes, this is true. Definitely a new Resident Evil without Leon. Oh my god.
Well, hang on a second. Didn't Hiroki Totoki say they don't have enough IPs?
I think he did say that once.
Everybody's like, "You're crazy."
Yeah,
you do.
Freaking ridiculous. Some of these guys don't know. I wish we can get into the speech from the studio, Larian, the head of Larian. I can't remember what his name was.
Oh, Sven Vinky, or whatever. Yeah.
But yes, Sven, when he's saying we have the formula, we know the formula, but for some reason people just can't figure it out. I don't get it. That's basically what we have going on right now. We have
Scotty, don't laugh at that.
Laugh at what?
Oh, what?
Just messing with him.
Oh,
okay. That speech was wonderful.
It was brilliant.
I loved it.
Yeah,
it was such a, and it wasn't hostile. It was just very much, I just don't understand why you guys can't make games that people like.
Yeah,
that's your winning formula. Make the good game first, and then worry about getting paid for it second.
Exactly.
It's something I've been saying for a while too. It's just common sense, and it just seems to evade a lot of people in AAA.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
What game would you bring back, Fox? I have an idea. I'm gonna say, was it Daxter and something? That game you
Jack
always
and
going
Daxter.
about?
Always.
Daxter?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. It reminds me of Ratchet and Clank. Looking at it.
Okay, so
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah.
So from when it came out, I want to say Jack and Daxter was first, and then Ratchet and Clank came out, and I've always been under the impression this changed drastically now. I would definitely play Ratchet and Clank, but I was like, why would I play Ratchet and Clank when I've got Jack and Daxter? I don't need Ratchet and Clank, you know. But
you think that I'm getting confused now. Do you think Ratchet and Clank is meant to supersede Jack and Daxter?
I think they came out relatively around the same time, so the studios had like the same idea going on. You know, but I think it was just one of those things where two studios had a really good idea and it came out at the same time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I do believe
you can see the similarities.
Yes.
So maybe it was a case of Sony said, look, we've got to drop one.
And
unfortunately it was that one. Possibly. I'm just assuming.
Well, we've seen them do that. We've seen them do that before, or more recently with Days Gone and Last of Us. They didn't want to have two games that are post-apocalyptic, so they just dropped one.
I think that's absolutely silly. I think that is absolutely silly, and you could have both. You know what I mean? It's like, because if you do two and one siphons more money, that's still going to your bottom line. So I don't understand why you couldn't just have them both.
I kind of get it, because they might feel it's saturated. So like, let's say, because there's a Last of Us TV show that we all know, and there's, what was the other one you mentioned? Was it Days Gone?
Days Gone.
So if they did a TV show of Days Gone, all right, don't get me wrong, there'll be an audience for both games.
Oh yeah.
But then for the ordinary person, it's another zombie show.
I'll give you
another
that one.
Yeah.
Walking Dead kind of killed that. It dragged out into the street and shot it.
That show's great though, man. That show's great.
The later seasons, it's like, dude.
It got better. When they introduced Alpha. Oh man, it got better.
So they should have introduced her a long time ago. They should have cut out some of these lesser villains, and like Mayor was pretty good. I think it got a little silly at the end, and then but it was too much of the. But
nothing, and you probably agree, Fox. Nothing beats Negan.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
I like
that's my guy right there. He was even in Tekken.
Negan was the mustache twirling bad guy. He was that guy. But you get a look into the rear view. It develops him a little bit.
Why.
But at the same time, like, why did they keep that guy around? What the why? Why did they do that? See, it's one of those things.
I know you. Yeah, I know. I think because his character's so good, that's the thing. Like,
but the thing is, it's like, it doesn't make sense in universe. He killed so many of their people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, we got to be better than this. We got to put him in jail and then rehabilitate him. It's like, dude, you're out of your mind.
I feel like I told him, let Maggie have him.
I mean, like, from when Negan is in a Tekken game, you know he's that guy.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, I wasn't a huge fan of. I don't know. I guess what killed it for me is when they kept him around. It's like, sure, he was good enough. He was good. But the fact that they kept him around, I was like, there's no way. No way.
Well, that might be because they knew what was going on behind the scenes with Rick. Obviously, spoilers for anyone that's listening and hasn't seen it yet. Obviously, Rick goes away for a bit. Let's just say.
Oh, and they were
so maybe they needed the cast, so they needed the Neek and they needed the Darryls. Do you know what I mean?
Like,
yeah. I get that.
I think Daryl would have been great to kind of slide into that Rick position if the actor wanted to go do other things, like kill Rick off. That would have been fine.
Yeah.
And then boost Daryl up into that leader position, because I mean, the guy, I thought he was badass when he first introduced him. Go ahead. Yeah.
I already got a massive pay bump when Rick moved on. So kudos.
Right on. Okay. All right. Shoot, I don't know how we got here. Okay, so we're moving on.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh, you're fine.
There's a lot of that tonight.
I'll take that one. My bad.
This is coming from I want to say GameSpot, right? Yeah, GameSpot. Nintendo's next console will drive major industry growth in 2025, analyst predicts. So, industry analyst firm DFC Intelligence has released its 2024 market report and forecast, and despite the past 2 years of uncertainty, sweeping layoffs, and studios closures, the industry is set to rebound. After 2 years of major growth fueled by the pandemic, artificially anyway, and its subsequent slump, DFC predicts that the industry will return to growth in 2025 and beyond. I think what's happening with it, the pandemic was obviously artificial. It was artificial growth. They're returning to like normalcy in incremental incremental growth. As of 2024, the number of gamers worldwide is around 3.8 billion, a figure DFC expects to reach 4 billion, around half the global population by 2028. Of that number, 10% are considered core gamers and account for 65% of video game spending, while the rest are considered casual gamers, casual consumers, many of whom only game on mobile devices and don't own any dedicated hardware. Nintendo is set to be a major winner in the next few years, with its next console, known as the Switch 2, expected to release in 2025 with little competition from Sony and Microsoft. That's a smart move on them. DFC predict you don't want to have to compete with the only two. DFC predicts that the Switch 2 will sell 15 to 17 million units in 2025 and more than 80 million by 2028. Okay. Now, those are really good numbers. It's better than what Sony and definitely better than what Xbox is doing. No shade, Scotty. Sorry.
No. I thought we'd get 1 week at least when we just didn't, but even for Christmas, but it's fine.
Merry Christmas, Scotty.
There's no shade.
Merry Christmas,
at Xbox right now. We're just stating some facts.
Yeah.
But Nintendo's really good about trying to do something in the off years where Xbox and PlayStation aren't doing a console. I think they realize that that's their better bet as far as getting the most sales up front. But they really, really hit it out of the park with Switch, where you can take it or be at home or whatever. And if they can get a little bit more power on their graphics and stuff like that, for the Switch 2, they're gonna have another winner, because that's my favorite thing about the Switch, being able to just take it on the go.
Yeah.
And also be able to play it in any room in my house without having to move a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yes.
I hear that. So it's confirmed then pretty much Switch 2 is out next year.
I want to say yes. I want to say yeah.
It seems like it.
If they're predicting Switch 2 will sell 7 million units in 2025, I guess so. Probably around Christmas time, I would have thought. That's just a guess.
Sometimes they do it around March.
Yeah.
Okay.
March of 2016 is when the original Switch came out.
Oh, they're probably looking at the quarters and stuff, like fiscal years and whatnot.
Yeah, and so if they do that, I mean, they've already got Echoes of Wisdom just came out and stuff like that, and the Mario Party Jamboree. So those are pretty strong IPs. So they'll probably do something else, like maybe a new Mario game or something, something to launch with it. And so they've got a lot of chance to help with game development and other things that are coming.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Are we all getting a Switch 2? What do we think?
I think I'm gonna skip the Switch 2. I'm looking at the Rogue Ally right now because I'm really interested in Game Pass.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
Sorry, what?
We like the idea of Game Pass, okay? We just don't want the console necessarily. That's why they came up with PC Game Pass. Haven't you seen the commercials yet?
Shout to Nas, PC Game Pass. Shout to Nas.
I'm not Game Pass.
This guy's
You
Steam.
will.
He's on Steam a lot.
Steam, my free games from Epic.
Yeah.
I'm eating good, believe me.
Eating good. Yeah.
Do we think, so with the Switch 2, because obviously I think we spoke about it a few weeks ago saying that consoles will fade out eventually, XYZ. Do we think Nintendo will still produce consoles after Switch 2? Purely because we probably think they're in their own lane? So. Yeah?
Because they can make that change so easy from... I mean, the hybrid model, dude, you could just keep that and just honestly.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm surprised no one else thought of that because it was so revolutionary. Go ahead.
It really was. And they're not even, the Switch 2 is what they had hoped the Wii U would be, with their little, gamepad and stuff like that. But you couldn't take it very far.
Yeah.
If I went into my bedroom, I couldn't still connect to my Wii U in the living room. So that lacked a little bit. But and you couldn't take it out and about with you. So that also was a bad one. But the hybrid model is perfect. And also Nintendo has been around you know, they've just changed over the years. So instead of like being card games and stuff like that, they're video games now, and so on and so forth. And they'll continue to change.
We lost you.
No,
Sorry.
we lost you, Gigi.
Oh, we lost. Yeah.
I don't know what future innovation they've got planned. It's kind of hard to anticipate. So when that question comes up, like, are they going to continue with physical consoles? I don't know. I mean, where do you go from here? How do you innovate further? Yeah. And what course are they going to take? It's hard to figure.
That might just.
It has to be groundbreaking tech, like something we've never seen or even thought about before. I think.
I think the switch to not talking about Nintendo's, but the overall, I think they're going to go in the handheld direction, just because, you know, people want to be mobile when they're playing these games. Hopefully they're optimized well, and cheaper overhead for manufacturing as far as that goes. So I think, but my question is, do we think that Nintendo will sell as many Switch 2s as even the Switch 1? You know, the first Switch. Do we think they'll sell that as many? Because, you know, in general, console sales are going down. PlayStation 2 was probably the last time we're going to see those the Switch was the last time we'll see those kinds of numbers. I want to say they're at 146 million Switches sold.
Past the PS2
in the US.
I think it depends on.
There you go. We got you back.
Okay,
I can hear you. Yeah.
I think it depends on. I don't know. Things are still hard right now with inflation and everything like that. If Switch 2 is like backwards compatible, like they're saying that it's going to be, people might do the upgrade where they sell their original Switch and then trade up to the new one.
That's dope.
You know,
that's so smart.
And I can see that, especially because of like if it's improved graphics and so on and so forth, then yeah, people are going to want to do it, but they might not do it at first.
Yeah.
So like I know for like my son, I wouldn't go out and get him a Switch 2 right away. I would get myself one because I'm just selfish like that. But you know, like I mean, he if he's able to play the games, you know, that I'm still able to play, then no, I wouldn't get him one right away.
Right.
But
Yeah.
If you can't play games that are coming out on Switch 2 on the original Switch, that's what they're gonna be selling. You know, selling and trading in for.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
And if you can play all your current library on the Switch 2, there's no reason to have the original Switch anymore. So I would totally do that.
Right on. So it sounds like
I think it'll be the people that have to have the new console right away. There's going to be a good amount of sales, but then I think other people are going to wait.
Right on. So if that is the case, it looks like we'll see equivalent numbers, but I mean that would still be really good. That'd still be really good for the console market. I think we would consider this a console, but it will be really good for the console market. I don't think PlayStation will ever see those kinds of numbers again, and I don't think Xbox will see those kinds of numbers again. I'm so sorry, Scotty.
No. I was going to say with the Nintendo piece, I think the first thing is it depends on what the price is going to be. I can't remember what the Switch was when it originally came out, but I think price is going to be a factor.
I want to say $399 if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was $299.
$299. Okay.
$299, and then the OLED I think was $399.
Okay.
And that depends as well. Will it just be a Switch 2? Is there going to be like a deluxe Switch 2? You know, all these bundles and everything.
Yep.
But I think Gigi made a good point as well. So obviously the games you have currently on Switch.
Yeah.
Could you play them on Switch 2? I think that's probably the first question.
That's what they're saying that they can, but I don't know if
you can, right. Okay.
I don't know if it'll be. It might be like the 3DS. Like you can play everything on the 3DS, but you can't play the 3DS games on your DS Lite.
So here's the punch.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the punchline. So here's the punchline. So why would you get a Switch 2 if you're just replaying the same game from Switch on Switch 2?
For the new IP or the new entries,
for the new games that are coming out, because I guarantee you,
right,
Nintendo has never been like PlayStation, where they'll still put out like PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation 5 for X amount of time, or PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 games for X amount of time. Nintendo's never done that. They're just like, here's the new system, here's the new format. These games are only on this console.
Right on.
So that is how they get people to upgrade to the new console. And I think the driving force behind the sales of going ahead and either trading or selling your old Switch or even keeping it is that you're going to be able to play your Switch games that you have now on the new console. But I doubt that they will let you play the games for Switch 2 on a regular Switch, and that's why people
I doubt
Switch.
that. I doubt that.
And I think that's where PlayStation really dropped the ball, because if you think about it, you know, on the timeline, and you know, the older ones just get grayed out and knocked off, but you get to keep those games with the new console. Dude, that's more of a reason to upgrade, because you get the new games and then you get to keep all of your old games. It's like, dude, I have okay.
The launch is a massive factor. So Xbox, I admit, guys, got it wrong, right? Because Halo was meant to be out as the launch game. It was never there. So effectively, when the Xbox came out, I believe it was just games you could get on PlayStation or previous games you can play on Xbox. When the PlayStation 5 came out, same problem. It was PS4 games upgraded to PS5. So apart from Astro Bot, but other than that, it was a poor launch. So it'll probably come down to Nintendo's launch. Are they going to bring out a new game at launch? Will it be a new Mario game? Mario Kart, usually, I think it's usually the first waves, isn't it? I think I've been seeing things with Donkey Kong. I don't know if Donkey Kong will be out on that as well. So
nice.
If they get the launch right, then it'll be a good start.
For console manufacturers, I think having backwards compatibility is kind of letting the genie out of the bottle, because once you do, it's going to be expected going forward. And I think that Xbox had a lot more backwards compatibility, I think, than PlayStation recently. But once a console comes out and says you'll be able to play everything that you played before, you can't go back from that. And that's one of the few cards they have left to play.
Sure.
Not unless you try to play the PlayStation card, where it's like, oh, we'll remake this for the other console, which is a much less. It just pisses people off.
We'll remake it for the same console. How many remasters
they're using the GTA method.
I know, right? I know, right?
Horizon remaster. Like, why are you making these? They don't need to be made.
I mean, the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster looks great. I'm not gonna lie.
But that was new about the game.
That was pointless.
That was pointless. Especially,
I get it, but it still looks amazing, and it does have a little bit of extra.
It's such a young IP too, you know. It's still
for
really young.
Yeah, it's really young to have a remaster.
You know,
and then there was The Last of Us. How many remasters has that gone through already?
I don't know, like 20.
I don't know. It's like, I'm so sick of these cash grabs. And they're pointless.
Games that were on the PlayStation 3 probably don't need a remaster.
No.
They looked fine. They look good still, you know. So they don't need a remaster yet. Where's my Jack and Daxter, Sony? Naughty Dog.
There you go.
Do you really want this current version of Naughty Dog to remake any of the games that people used to love?
The formula is there. Just give me if they wanted to do it, they've got Ratchet and Clank to look at. Just make it look good for the an upgraded for the current generation of consoles. That's all you have to do in my opinion. Like what they're doing with Metal Gear Delta, dude. Holy it's like keeping everything the same as far as the story goes, and just making it absolutely gorgeous. Dude, I'm all in on Delta, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're right though. I mean, Nas is right. Like, you don't know what state these games are going to be in now. So Ratchet and Clank might become, I don't know, Rocket and Clonk. We don't know what it's going to,
there may be another character that comes in that takes over, but it's still going to be called a Ratchet and Clank game. Like, you never know. Maybe some character comes in with a 9-iron and takes out Ratchet and Clank.
I'm just picturing that.
It's going to go to Ratchet Clatchy.
Yeah, you know.
All right, so
the spin-off.
So we think that the launch of Nintendo, if they launch well, they'll do really good numbers. Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
All right. This one I added spur of the moment, I've been really looking forward to this movie. So Beyond the Spider-Verse, they've selected 2 new directors, so we know that these things are, Spider-Man movies are not going to be coming out anytime soon, or the new one anyway. That was just
the animated ones, the Spider-Verse ones have been amazing so far.
They have been
really
freaking fantastic. Now, just to comment on that, this is in reference to the DCE or DCU, I think it's the new name is, but James Gunn, I think he should go with this art style, with the creature commandos. I think, and remember when we watched that Batman Beyond trailer, and it was the same guys who did that and did this?
Yeah.
Dude,
that would be amazing.
We need that, James Gunn. Freaking scrap whatever you're doing and go with this. Okay? I know it's gonna cost you $1 billion, so what? Anyway, IGN, coming from IGN November 2024, sales charts, Nintendo Switch passes PS2. Oh, okay, so I did. So that's my bad. That's my bad. So it's the best-selling.
Past. Wow.
So it's only in the US. It's only in the US. So it says
second best though. It's not the best.
Right. So the Nintendo Switch has officially passed PlayStation 2 to become the second best-selling gaming hardware in the United States. So the PlayStation 2 is still top-selling worldwide at 160 million units sold. 3DS is behind that worldwide, and the Switch is third. So I don't even know why. I'm just gonna skip that and act like it never happened.
I think they're saying second best because they're not thinking of handheld. They're not counting the handheld as part of it. They're just counting the console part. So
right.
PlayStation 2 still number 1 worldwide.
It's like that was such a misleading headline. It's like, dude, it's like I guess they gave you a little bit hardware in U.S. history. It's like, sure, this didn't need to be written. Like,
it got your attention.
Yeah,
that was the trick.
It did.
That was the trick.
Got me.
They're smart. They're smart.
One of my favorite gaming journalists that wrote it too.
Who was it? Was it Valentine?
Rebecca Valentine.
Yeah.
Also, Porsche did design this.
They did. They did. So
Okay.
this is coming.
I should mention, over on Side Scrollers, they have their own Real Game Awards, and she's one of the nominees for worst gaming journalist, something like that. So, congratulations.
She earned it. Yeah. Good job. And like her cursory stuff, not when she's getting into the, because wasn't she a part of the ones that went after Black Myth Wukong? Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yep.
Terrible. Absolutely horrific.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I know.
The whole alleged that there was sexual harassment or whatever at that studio at Game Science, and it was
yeah.
And I think that game should have been Game of the Year. Just saying. I haven't even played the game, but I've seen clips. I've read bits and bobs from what I've seen. Game of the Year worthy. Astrobot, come on, man. Like,
I haven't played
that
it.
still shocks me. I was like, Astrobot.
Come on, man. Like,
Game
I don't take these awards seriously. Yeah.
Game Awards don't mean anything.
But as far as getting gaudy, that was a bit much.
It's like sorry, going off track again. It's like reviews and stuff. Like I listen to fan and user reviews. Like the IGNs and stuff, GameSpots used to mean something to me back in the day. But I want to hear what the people think. I want to hear what the fans and the users think.
Yeah.
Because come on, man. Like every year GTA is out. Not every year, but every 20 years it's out.
Right.
It always gets 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't find one fault in that game.
Yes, exactly.
Come on.
It's kind of like going go ahead, Gigi. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say that's like when we were talking earlier about us doing the reviews. Like there are people that they know our style, they know our likes. Our likes aren't always going to be the same. But if I know somebody that has similar likes as me, I'm going to take their critique of this video game and what they think over something written in one of these articles by like GameSpot or Game Informer or anything else like that. I mean, I still check them out, but I want somebody who knows the type of games that I like, and they like the same thing. I'm gonna see what they think to see if it's worth it. Because
100%.
I don't have money to spend on all the games I feel like. So that's it goes hand in hand like that with what Scotty's saying. It's so important that gamers get out there and share their opinions of these games.
100%. Don't matter what the journalists say. It doesn't matter what the devs say about their games. Find someone that you trust and make a educated decision off of that. Because anyone else is just gonna, I feel like they're gonna lie to you. Obviously the devs have a reason for doing it. The journalists, so much, I don't know why they are a lot of the time on the side of these big corporations, studios.
Probably paid off. Let's call it for what it is. It's like, here you go, guys. Early access, free copy of the game.
Yes.
It's access. It's access. They get access to these games earlier before anybody else. They get deadlines out faster than anybody else, and they basically function as a mouthpiece for these AAA studios.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all know it.
Yep. Yeah.
They can deny it all they want.
Yeah. But I mean, just look at some of the reviews on some of these games that come out. It's like, I think a lot of them gave Concord really great reviews. So
same with Veilguard, same with Duskborn, same with Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I don't know. I swear, every time critics say something's awful, I'm like, man, I love this.
Yeah.
If anything,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, like, every time I see something like being slammed, I'm like, I need to go check out some other stuff because I will probably love it.
100%.
Every day is opposite day with
if my older brother says that it's fantastic, I know it sucks.
Oh, good lord.
Calibrate.
I mean, I love him, but like, I'll never forgive him for making me watch Cloverfield. That's like 2 hours of my life. I would never forgive him.
Well, yeah,
They could have
you're
brought
absolutely
that.
right though. Like, Kotaku and PC Gamer are writing hit pieces about a game. I'm more invested now.
Yeah, you got to. It makes
really
it
wanna
intrigues
see
you.
what
You got to
it's
take a look and see what the heck all the fuss is about. You know what I mean? It's like, because if they're getting super mad about it, it's worth taking a look.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Exactly.
That's right.
Jalopnik. I'm totally not familiar with this one, but this says Porsche designed the awesome spaceship for Naughty Dog's new sci-fi video game, coming from Daniel Golson. And so this one was not so much about the substance. I wanted to have a conversation. Yeah, I didn't even read this article, but I thought it was good to reference it, right? What I wanted to talk about. So. And
they have so much advertisement within this game.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
We are, Porsche designed the spaceship. We've got Sony having the CD player.
I'm not so mad at Sony putting their stuff in their own game.
Sony's allowed to put their stuff in their own game.
Right.
I get that.
But Adidas,
and we had Adidas
Porsche,
and
it's like, come on, guys. It's like,
I mean, we're gonna see Under Armour on somebody else, and then
no. Because this takes place in the 80s. This is 80s retro future.
But again,
so
okay, I'm sorry,
Under
Nike
Armour
and Reebok.
So Gigi, along those lines, if it was a Madden 2026, having Under Armour in that makes sense. But if we have Exodus and they're like, putting on their armor and things like that, and I see an Under Armour logo, I'm gonna be like, dude, what the is that?
Yeah.
There's a deal involved,
or
obviously.
like you see the guns, and they've got like popular brands like
Beretta or something.
Glock,
Yeah,
Beretta.
The only
like, all
thing,
that.
the only thing that I took
Springfield.
away from Porsche being in the trailer of substance, anyway, the only thing I took away from substance is that this takes place in a version of Earth.
Yeah.
Something that's based on or rooted in our timeline or an alternate timeline, but it's Earth. Earth is somewhere in this.
Yeah. Well, sure. But I mean,
other than that, like,
yeah.
It all seemed weird to me.
Yeah, Adidas is even more curious just because, like, why are you going to an unknown planet with sneakers on?
Right.
Why are you doing that when you're going to have to be traversing and climbing and all this and all that? It's like, that is
to
not
show
the
that
right
the
footwear.
Cross trainers are good.
Cross trainers don't wear Adidas, I'm pretty sure. they well, okay, no, you might be right on that. But let's say Spike, Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. He wears boots all the time because he's going to be doing a lot of, like heavy duty stuff. He's always fighting. He's always running. And if he needs to take someone out, boots are better than, Adidas sneakers,
And my old school original shell toe Adidas.
Yeah.
That's why I put on my combat boots instead of my shell toes when I'm going to go do something important.
It's like when you go on those boots and utes runs, you're wearing boots. You're not wearing sneakers. your go fasters
Right.
and your Marines out there. Hoorah, kill. But I just thought it was super duper odd, and this was a play from.
Maybe they're wearing the track shoes with the spikes.
Yes.
So it can grip onto the moon. I don't know.
Beerus is absolutely right. He says boots are better for protection and traction. This is true.
Yes, they are.
So if you're going to go on an uncharted planet, you've never been to it before, you're going to wear some Adidas, or are you going to wear some boots that you might, drop into a puddle or some puddle? Maybe it's all water like Interstellar,
Yeah, you can run through the water in combat.
Yeah, Interstellar should have been Adidas space wear.
Oh God.
Adidas space wear. It's like, yeah, that so
The only
stupid.
the only pushback is they've gone to the planet already. They know what it looks like, and you can casually wear flip flops on it.
It's oh my gosh, what Floston's Paradise, Beerus, Floston's Paradise. Yes.
Maybe
Bring your flip flops
like,
and a towel.
I don't know. Maybe they figured they could put like Adidas in there because things like traveling all over space and having jump points and humans being able to exist there is very, very fake. So maybe they just figured, hey, now we can wear our Adidas since everything else is ridiculously tall.
I'm curious. I've never heard of this game. So the Heretic Prophet.
Yeah, the trailer came out during the Game Awards.
Yep.
So it's not that old.
It's really weird.
Yeah,
and FaceTime travels with her as she's walking through her stupid ship, and that would piss me off.
Is this the bald lady?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Who's drinking her 7-Eleven soda?
Dude, that was
playing a jukebox.
Okay, that doesn't make it. Yeah, that's a bit bizarre. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, jumping into her Porsche ship.
Here's another
I
fifth element.
had someone tell me.
Yeah, go
because
for it.
I said. Sorry, I had someone tell me that because I said at one point that their face looked expressionless, like I couldn't tell what they were thinking. That I was, they basically implied that I was racist because this person's an Asian protagonist.
I thought she was black.
Apparently, there's, yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, you want to indulge me then and tell me what they're supposed to be thinking, because I'm getting nothing from here, and I'm a member of the audience. I should know what this person's thinking based on their facial expression.
How is that racist?
She was supposed to be stoic or something like
because apparently there's I didn't know this, but there's a history of Asian people being told that their expressions are unreadable or they are expressionless, which I didn't know about. I generally think I'm pretty good at reading people's facial expressions.
Yeah,
but
even Asian people. What? That's like
That's
some of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Who's?
Yeah.
And this person had just learned about this and thought it was great to educate me on that, and I appreciated it, I guess.
But that's how it goes. They don't normally know this stuff. They just find it out and then exposit it all to you.
Yeah.
If
That's
you
bullshit.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've heard that Asian people have expressions hard to read. I mean, my sensei, I knew when he was pissed off.
My sensei.
I have worked with so many different Asian people, and I've gotten along with them so well. There was never any misunderstanding or miscommunication.
Right.
So telling me I can't read Asian faces, first of all, you're assuming that I'm not Asian. You don't know that.
True.
Don't assume my race,
Exactly.
Mr. Commenter.
Yeah, Mr.
But
Commenter.
it's just silly. It's I'm looking at this person. I want to know what they're thinking because they're not saying anything, and the trailer's not really offering me up anything else about their personality. And I'm reaching. I am grasping for straws, and this trailer did nothing to endear me to this person.
It's like you wanted to like the trailer, but it gave you no reason to.
Yeah.
You know.
That's exactly it.
She seemed like some teenager. I don't give a you know what. With no expression and I don't care attitude.
Yeah.
Not like
and
that
I'm
at all.
sorry, but especially being in the military, our brothers and sisters, we've been around people of different ethnicities and races, and I feel like that's a statement that I would have never. I've never heard it, but two, I don't believe it because I see so much passion go across all sorts of faces.
Yeah.
And So that just baffles me. I'm
It's
just
like if you can't read an Asian person's face, it's because they don't want you to.
Yeah.
Their happiness,
Exactly.
their
Anybody can have that ability.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What? It's
Like
like
my girlfriend's Asian, and she will say the exact same thing. That's bullshit.
yeah.
Straight up, like that's bullshit. So yeah.
So this was the leak storyline of it. So apparently, Jordan Munn was a part of the Five Aces, and they disbanded because the head of the Five Aces, he disbanded it. He left the group, and everyone else went their separate ways. And apparently, she cuts her hair because she's trying to evade the law, right? So she gets drawn to the planet where one of her members are, and they meet up. And apparently, there are these aliens there that are humanoids. And come to find out, TDLR. What wait, too long. TLDR. Yeah. Apparently these aliens are humans that got transported to this planet because of the experiments they were running on, time travel or space travel or something like that. And the planet changed them, and now they're trying to get home. You have to make a choice. Yeah.
Hold up. Mm-hmm. You said that she shaved her head
to evade the law.
To evade the law.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the picture on that board where she has hair?
Yeah.
It ain't that long.
I know, right?
It's like an inch and a half of hair. You got to do better than that. And it just kind of goes towards me thinking that this
She had to put on her
protagonist.
Clark Kent glasses too.
Yeah, it just if they did, but it just goes towards me thinking this protagonist is an idiot.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
Yeah. If you were going to do it, you grow it long. Sit back and grow it really long, and then
or
put on an atomic blonde wig.
Yeah, why was she wearing a hat? Give her a cowboy hat. And send her to that uncharted planet.
Or maybe manufacture some, this is your universe, manufacture some future tech so that you can hide people's faces, like what they used in Winter Soldier
or Total Recall.
Was it Winter Soldier?
Yeah, Total Recall, they did that.
Yeah, no, like what Black Widow used at the end of Civil War, which she was pretending to be one of the
yeah.
Something like that. You got your own world here. You're limited by your imagination, and clearly they were limited by their own imagination.
Adidas didn't have any facial modification,
but that was
software and apparel. So,
but that was my thing. Like, if you're going for
couldn't
like
get they couldn't get product placement from MAC Cosmetics or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Maybe guys, this is
turned them down too.
Yeah.
This is the first wave of us.
Essence, that's why she shaved her head.
Oh,
this will be like the first wave of us seeing ads in video games. This is just the first wave.
Exactly. That's where a lot of the people's minds are going. So the 80s was more of an aesthetic, right? Than it was the Adidas or the name brand jackets or anything like that. Like with the TV, it didn't have Panasonic on it. You know what I mean? But you can recognize.
They wouldn't have Panasonic on a Sony game, though.
Well, I'm just saying you didn't see any labeling with the old time TV with a recognizable brand that you knew from back in the day. You know what I mean?
That's true. That big old wooden TV that we all had, that all our grandparents had.
Yeah, they didn't have any wood grain on it.
I still don't know what brand that was.
Me either.
I just know it was expensive and wonderful for the time.
And heavy.
And God, extremely heavy, dude. Holy crap,
my
man.
Panasonic TV that I got in 2001, like, I went to pick that up one day and I was like, and I was like, why is it 700 pounds?
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying though? It's like they, instead of taking inspiration from it, like with the TV and I don't think the jacket had any name brand labeling on it either. They took the aesthetic and they put it into the game, but for some reason Porsche's name dropped in it and Adidas is. It's like, why is that? You know what I mean? It's like, why did you do that? That makes no sense. And honestly, I'm not even gonna say for the 80s, I don't think Adidas was big for me. It wasn't big. I want to say it was Nike. Nike was still a big brand in the 80s for me.
It was a big brand, but Nike and Reebok were the ones that had the shoes that were so popular that everybody was going after.
Exactly.
Like the pumps,
yes.
Pumps from Reebok. Oh man, everybody
They
had
should have
those.
did that.
And then Nike Air, like you got
Oh, your
MJ
Jordans.
on
Yeah.
some shoes, and now everybody needs them.
Or what
So
about the
it's-
glowing ones? Like when you take a step and they light up? Come on. You
Oh,
missed a
shit,
huge
remember
opportunity.
those?
Are you
Yes.
kidding me?
Yes,
Come
yeah.
on, Naughty Dog.
What are you guys doing? We don't want more product placement in games.
No, we're not talking about product placement.
Don't
It's
give them
just-
any
We're
ideas.
just reminiscing about the 80s.
it's the aesthetic. It's
All
the
right, fair
aesthetic.
enough.
You can
We're talking about yeah, we had stuff, but like I didn't even realize like I was wearing Reeboks. I just knew that I had the pump shoes.
dude.
You
And
know what I'm saying? Like I didn't care. Whatever was cool looking and whatever everybody had, it was just that's how it was.
And
back
that's
then.
Whatever
the thing.
didn't make you stand out in a bad way.
Yes, exactly right. But that's that. To your point, Gigi, that's exactly right. You were wearing whatever looked cool. You didn't worry who made it. You didn't care about who made it.
You remember those hypercolor t-shirts? Where like you touch it, your handprint would be there, it would change colors.
No.
No.
Oh man, that was a big 80s thing too. Like everybody had to have that. Everybody had to have neon bright everything.
That's fantastic.
Like, you know, it didn't matter. It did
Yeah.
not matter.
See, like-
and
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
as long as you sprayed your bangs up to here, you know, and you had on like the jelly bracelets, like you're on your entire forearm, like you were wearing a gauntlet.
That's freaking great.
And you had something neon on, like you were like that. It was just a vibe in the
Yeah.
80s.
See, like,
It
and
was
that's the thing.
That's all it was.
Like, if they
Yeah.
hadn't put the Sony on that music player, you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember something like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's the aesthetic. It's not the product itself. It's whatever looked cool back then. It didn't care whose name was on it. You know. So my thing is so they could have done a much better job with, you know, fleshing this person out, not making her seem so insufferable. And you know, and the you know, the Burger King's cup didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it was Burger King specifically, but just that
No.
the cup made
I
no
said
sense.
7-Eleven, but I'm like, where's the drive-through space? Like,
Yeah.
The thing is, it really wouldn't have been that hard to show a little bit more character, to make them a little bit more likable, to give them a little bit more of a backstory. It really wouldn't have been that hard. You wouldn't have had to make the trailer any longer.
Right.
I don't know who I was talking about this to, but one idea that I had in the very beginning when she's shaving her, I'm just going to say she because it's easier right now, but when she's shaving her head in front of the mirror, you have a moment there where she connects with herself. Like she just looks in the mirror, all the sounds around her go away, and you hear in her head conversation that she's had with somebody else, you know, something that she's remembering.
Yeah.
That's on her mind. Or you hear like a pitched battle and you hear gunfire and you hear people screaming like, get out, get down, whatever. All that stuff that just hints at like these past traumatic memories. And then all of a sudden, boom, she snaps out of it because she hears the phone ring.
Yep.
That gives you like that wouldn't cost you anything. It wouldn't cost you any time. You already had that. But no, she's just like, okay, well, my hair looks good. I'm gonna go walk out here.
I know.
You had an opportunity here. You completely whiffed on it.
Whiffed. I would have loved to.
I'm interested in that game that Knoss is describing. That's fantastic.
Exactly. So like she's shaving her head and then she like puts it down and then you can hear the buzzing and then all of a sudden it starts getting like, you know, her thoughts start overcoming.
You hear the sound, the ambient sound fade out, and then all of a sudden she's just preoccupied with these thoughts in her head because she looks at herself in the mirror. And that's a great storytelling device. Like you just make that connection, and then you hear
like,
what's
the
going on in her
phone
head.
ring,
Yeah.
And then it gets louder, and then everything just stops.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's been. It turns out it's been ringing for like a minute, but they were so caught in their own head. We all can relate to that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then whenever she's sitting in the chair about to take off, they could have done it there too. They had a couple opportunities where they could have done that. You know,
even in conversation with the eye patch lady, who was way more interesting of a character, you could have had something there. You could have had some history being explained.
Yeah.
You know, she could have said to eye patch lady, like, look, I know you're concerned, but I have to do this.
Yes.
And then eye patch lady's like, why is this so important to you? And then something, anything.
Yeah.
No,
Or
you have them act like an arrogant jerk just sitting there nonchalantly slurping on a soda. Like, why do that?
or
Did you
He
deliberately
drove by 7-Eleven to gas up the Porsche.
did you deliberately try to make this person as insufferable as possible? Because you made Eye Patch Lady interesting.
Yeah.
You made them like you gave them concern. You actually showed that you are capable of writing a character that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But not the main character.
I would have liked to see the newspaper clipping that could have panned into like the actual situation when they were at the bar, it looked like, and having the conversation. Maybe that was the time where the guy said, hey, I'm not coming back, or I'm disbanding the Five Aces, or the police bust in and it's like, we're looking for the Five Aces, and they all just book it, something like that. I don't know.
Or you could have had her like adding something to that board and then showing a facial expression as she's adding something to that board.
Yeah.
A facial expression that wasn't smarmy, smug, arrogant. Something that looks like a little angry, a little upset.
Yeah.
Anything. Give this person some more character that we can hook onto. But no.
Yeah. They didn't want to do that.
Why is Knoss still trying to fix this game?
It's right on. I think this is a good time to move on.
So bothered by the game.
It's just, I see so many. You know what, Loki? It's because I can see the potential here, and it's wasted. That's really what irritates me the most about this trailer.
It's hilarious.
Anyway,
but moving on. I think we can all agree that was not a great trailer. Hopefully the next one is better. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But moving on to Sony becomes largest shareholder in From Software parent company Kadokawa. No full takeover for now. So I didn't know what that meant. Like what kind of things that they're able to do now that they're the largest shareholder.
So they have the majority stake in the company.
Yes.
But they're not doing any takeover or changing things. So
right.
Well, hang on. Whoa. Sorry. They don't have a majority stake.
Oh, they don't?
If they have the largest share.
They have the largest share of, I guess, anyone who isn't Kadokawa, I guess.
But they only have 10%. They're not the majority share.
Right.
They're the biggest shareholder.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's dig into this. Hopefully they go into it a little bit further, because we were talking about this now. It's like, and I sent the Forrest Gump meme. I'm not a smart man. IGN being pinned by Wesley Yin Pool. Sony has invested 50 billion yen, approximately $318 million, in From Software parent company Kadokawa, putting the brakes on a full takeover for now. With the investment, Sony becomes the largest shareholder in Kadokawa, with 10% of the company's shares. Chinese megacorp Tencent is next in line. Kadokawa and Sony have formed what the pair described as a strategic capital and business alliance, with the goal to boost Kadokawa's long list of intellectual properties globally. The announcement of the deal includes vague corporate speak about how the two companies plan to work together in the future, but there is a line about adapting Kadokawa's IP into live action films and TV dramas globally, co-producing anime works, and further expanding the publishing of Kadokawa's games. Now, okay, so I guess the question is, if they weren't the largest stakeholder in this, freaking could they not still do that with Kadokawa? What would stop them from doing that? I guess they would be afraid that Tencent would continue to buy shares and a hostile takeover that way. Maybe that's preventing that from happening. I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah.
So I'm just trying to understand. So are we saying Sony have purchased more stake in this company,
shares,
but they haven't bought it outright yet?
Right. Yep.
Right. And the question is, why haven't they bought it outright? And I guess.
So
it may be that they can't afford them, or
exactly.
it may be that there's parts of Kadokawa that they don't want.
Right.
The publishing side specifically is not something that they're interested in acquiring. I think that if they could find a way to flip that asset once they bought all of Kadokawa, that might be a different story. But I know that that's not part of what they want. They want only bits of Kadokawa, not the whole enchilada.
Wasn't this the deal where they said that if Sony didn't take everything, they couldn't have it?
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
They only wanted to buy one division of it,
Yeah, they don't want the publishing side.
Right.
Yeah, and so that makes more sense of why they only bought X amount of shares then.
Yeah.
Because they want to be able to have a say in the company and get some of their money, but since they couldn't buy just one division of it, they did the next best thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
No, that sounds about right. Here, let's continue down. Let's see if they get into why. The announcement of the deal includes, that line in particular has already sparked speculation that Sony may help realize, Sony boss Hiroki Totoki commented, through this capital and business alliance, we will become the largest shareholder of Kadokawa, which consistently creates a wide variety of IP, including publications of books, such as light novels and comics, as well as games and anime. And with them being the largest investor in them right now, they can kind of have a bigger say of what they do. I would assume. Kadokawa was reportedly only interested in doing a deal with Sony if it bought the entire company. GG. Like you said, Sony, however, was reportedly only interested in extracting assets related to anime and video games, which presumably included the developer of Elden Ring. Buying all of Kadokawa would cost 640 billion yen, approximately $4.3 billion. Here, hold on. How much did they spend? Oh, only 318 million. So it cost $3.4 billion according to expert estimates. Sony's cash for buyouts is apparently tight. Yeah, no shit. At the moment, due to investments made elsewhere. Firewalk.
Still not as bad as Xbox's freaking almost 70 billion for.
But they're doing. I think they will turn, because I mean, there's 70 billion. I want to say they made like 21 billion this year. I think that's going to pay for itself in the next within the next 10 years for sure.
But I want another Crash Bandicoot game.
They're coming. They're guaranteed. They won't sleep on that IP. As a point of comparison, Sony bought Destiny developer Bungie for $3.7 billion back in 2022. The studio has since suffered multiple rounds of layoffs and projected cancellations. Sorry about that little chuckle there. There's also the apparent prospect of a bidding war or scope for Sony to buy 50% of Kadokawa and turn it into a subsidiary it doesn't wholly own. Kadokawa's business extends into areas that fit into Sony's broader entertainment offering, which includes anime, manga, TV, and film. Kadokawa is a prolific publisher of anime, and Sony already owns anime streamers Crunchyroll and Funimation, as well as From Software. Kadokawa owns a Danganronpa. Loki knows that. Developers Spike, Chunsoft, Octopath, Traveler Developer, Acquire, and RPG Maker, and Pixel Game Maker. Gotcha Games. Kadokawa is the majority owner of From Software with around 70% of the company. Sony already owns around 40% of the developer, with Tencent owning around 16%. Well, I mean, they better get on that. So let's see. For Sony, its gaming business has already suffered significant layoffs. Okay, I need to stop reading this because I'm just gonna laugh myself to death.
So it sounds like a few things. It sounds like they can't afford it. I think you guys mentioned it, Loki mentioned it in the chat. Or maybe they probably could put money towards it, but it's probably not a safe bet, and they're just putting money towards investments and assets they think will give them a return in the meantime.
Yeah.
Because a bit like, you don't need to buy the whole company if you just need a chunk of it, right?
That's right. You don't have to spend that much. You could just become like own so much of the company that you'd have to sell shares for someone to be able to take them. Exactly. But I do want to clarify, I'm not laughing at people getting laid off. That's tragic, and I hope they land on their feet. What I'm laughing at is the extreme incompetence coming from these big companies that resulted in these layoffs. It's like, because they told this totally didn't have to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. The missteps and the spending $300 million on one game when you could have broken that into like fifths and funded smaller, better games. It's 100% on their shoulders that these people got laid off, right? So I'm not laughing at people getting laid off. I'm laughing at the obvious nature of the article. It's like, oh yeah, they lost people. It's like, well, yeah, they made stupid decisions. You know what I mean? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's what I was getting at. Had to clarify.
Oh, yeah, we didn't think you were.
Did you just Taylor Swift play stupid games, get stupid prizes?
I
tell me that's not a Taylor Swift thing. I've been saying that for years.
Me too. Me too. But
that's exactly what people are gonna think of you guys now. Well,
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
fine.
yeah. I'm a big Swiftie.
Right.
oh, totally knew it.
But I just for anyone who maybe took a cursory look and got to this one in particular, because I am going to put timestamps in it. I don't with everyone. I just get really lazy, so I'm sorry about that, you guys. But
No, Fox, you're fine, man. And
I don't.
yeah, and when I didn't think you laughed at that at all in that
Right on.
context.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think past streams, you're not like that, we're not like that. So
Yeah.
don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
100%. Yeah. Right on.
But I get it, and this is from me now. We live in a very soft society, and I can see why you said that because people get offended very easily. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, that used to be the problem of the person that was offended.
Low key.
Some people love outsourcing that to everybody else.
Yeah.
Low key. Oh, and then Bears is like, poor. Excuse me that I don't have biddits and talking vacuums, automatic litter robots like some high class individuals. Swift though.
I called him a poor kitty, and so he's bringing up the fact that there's a bidet in my house, and I have a freaking vacuum that will talk to you, and a litter robot. So he's trying to say I'm fancy.
Well, Bears owns an entire planet. What is he talking about?
I know.
So it comes to that. But okay, so this is good news, kind of, because I don't want Sony to ruin some of these IPs that From Software or Kadokawa has. It looks like, because Crunchyroll has been, I've found a bunch of really good anime on Crunchyroll. So apparently Sony's diverting their attention, at least Sony Japan, to the anime manga production side of their business, and like wholly neglecting their gaming side, which I think is a mistake. So what I would hate is for like Sony to get a hold of these IPs and completely ruin them.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see, I guess. So I guess
hopefully they don't.
Good news for Sony. I don't know how good it is for everyone else.
Dude, get off my computer.
And this,
I mean, it's a separate issue, but Crunchyroll has just revealed that their sales are struggling. After because Sony decided to drop racier stuff from their manga and toy division.
I don't get into the racier stuff. I don't. There are some that are.
No, but I mean, the people are buying it, and money's money.
Yes.
I don't either. But you've got something customers want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it away from them.
100%.
Or you will lose money. I mean, it's not hard.
Right on.
It's not hard to think in a business sense.
Goes back to Sven. Is like, make something that people want, they'll buy it. It's build it and they will come.
No, I will tell the customers what they want.
Exactly. This is coming from Insider Gaming Network, being pinned by Mike Straw. More PlayStation exclusives are coming to Xbox next year. It's claimed. Now,
here we go.
Yes.
Who claimed it?
Who's starting it now?
We'll get into it.
Windows Central.
But before we go into it, I think it's a very smart move to make your games multi-platform, because you have strings of revenue coming in from these other platforms. It just makes financial sense to me to put them on other platforms to get more money. Now, PlayStation, they think very highly of themselves, so they want to keep making exclusives. And we even saw from Square Enix, they're going to start making their stuff multi-platform, because putting it on one platform can lead to financial ruin. Everybody else is figuring this out, and I hope that Sony is too. I hope they are too.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because like we've been talking about, like, do exclusives for X amount of time, and then bring it to another console. Let people. You want gamers to game. Let them game.
That might be what they're talking about in this one. Like what do you call those? The timed exclusives. It might be. Yeah. So let's see. In a new report from Jez Corden of Windows Central, sources have told him that there will be more unannounced and previously PlayStation exclusive games coming to Xbox Series X and S next year. News of PlayStation exclusives coming to Xbox shouldn't surprise anyone. Over recent years, both sides have continued to release games on the competing platforms. Recently, Genshin Impact finally made its debut on Xbox after being console exclusive for PlayStation for 4 years. What? Another PlayStation exclusive, Predator Hunting Grounds, released on Xbox in 2024 after 4 years as a Sony exclusive. As of now, it's unclear if Gordon is referring to first-party or third-party games making their way to Microsoft's consoles. On the other side of the coin, Microsoft is bringing exclusives like Indiana Jones and The Great Circle to PlayStation 5 in 2025. There are also rumored plans for Forza Horizon 5 to make its way to the console as well. But PlayStation games do you think will make their way, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm gonna press X for doubt because I don't think they're gonna do their first-party games.
I think, yeah,
they're gonna do their PlayStation Studio games and give them to Xbox. There's absolutely no way. But I don't believe in them waiting for years to give Xbox a game. Like 2 years is pushing it. But one, I could understand because people have their backlogs and everything else. So I can see people wanting to wait like a year, but like after a year, I've probably already forgotten about it.
100%, yeah. And so my thing is with these third party studios and second party studios, with these contracts, maybe these studios like Square Enix will step in and say, hey, we're not doing these 4-year timed exclusive things. We need to maximize our profits by putting it on every platform on launch. And maybe that'll change the tune of Sony. Maybe they'll get the gears rolling. So,
if I was a developer, I would be like, I'll give you a 6 months exclusive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
even that,
you get those day one buyers, but then a lot of other people, they wait like 6 months to wait for prices to drop to do other things. But I mean, a 6 months would be my max as a dev. I'd be like, I'll give you this for 6 months, and then I'm gonna get over to PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Loki just said they are already giving them to Microsoft. Every game will be on PC. Everyone plays on Windows. That's also very true because if you are releasing them on PC, you have the Windows to catch that too. It's not just Xbox. So
and almost all of Sony's games that are being released lately are on PC anyway. So.
This is true. Very
except for like their super duper exclusives. Like, unfortunately, and this deeply saddens me, Intergalactic is not going to be available for PC at launch.
See, okay.
Deeply upset by that.
Yeah. And there are reports now that are coming out. I can't remember what game it was, but they didn't release on PC, and they came out and admitted that was a stupid move. I want to say it was Xbox or maybe Ubisoft. I can't remember. It's someone who came out and it's like, we didn't release it.
I think are you talking about Prince of Persia?
No. Here.
Or there was a few, and I think you're right about Ubisoft. They released on Epic, maybe. Epic Game Store instead.
Was it Stellar Blade? Loki saying Stellar Blade in chat. Right on.
Now, Stellar Blade's still not available for PC yet.
But I mean, it would have maximized their money. So this is what we're gonna.
Okay, wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
I think it was Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay.
Star Wars or some games from Ubisoft that weren't originally supposed to be at launch available on PC, but they've moved it up and they've throwing them out there because they realize, hey, you know what? We need more people to buy our crap game to try and make some money back. I'm sorry. I Loki loved Star Wars Outlaws, so I shouldn't crap on him. I'm not kidding. I think he did actually like it.
Oh, right on. So I think it's gonna go like, well, I have a lot of speculations, but since they kind of are beholden to these studios, don't get me wrong, having your game be PlayStation exclusive still kind of means something in this day and age.
Look, he said Star Wars Outlaws is good. I will fight you.
Yeah. So
he said you're gonna catch these hands.
So
I see it.
So having your name attached to PlayStation still means something in this day and age. That might change in the next 5 to 10 years, but still right now. But what we'll need is some pushback from the studios to say, hey, I stand to make more money if I put it on every platform. So instead of making this a timed exclusive for 4 years, we're going to lessen that to a year, 6 months, or maybe, just a few months to see how it goes. Or a better one would be put it everywhere at launch. You know what I mean? But
this article is just so contradicting, though. Sorry, you knew I was going to come at the article. So if you scroll up, and I don't mean to put this guy on blast, but I'm going to. If you scroll up, Fox.
Yeah.
So all the way to the top.
Oh. Yeah.
So it says more exclusives. It's claimed, right? So that's the first bit. It's claimed. So if you scroll down again, and then sorry, I'm watching on YouTube as well. So
right on.
a
Okay.
little bit of lag. So in the new, wait, hold on. Can we scroll up a little bit again?
Right here.
There's a line which I saw specifically.
Oh, are you talking about
Okay,
this?
I think yeah. Well, the first bit is claimed.
Yeah.
And then underneath, if you go up to the photo, there's a caption underneath. Xbox owners could, right? So it's could. It's the word could now. So it's not claimed. It's could. And you scroll down again, and then sources. We don't know who these sources are, by the way. All it says is sources have told him, and then quote more unannounced and previously PlayStation exclusive games. So now it says will. So it went from claimed to could to will to sources.
Yeah. So it's the sources that are making the claim, and they're claiming that it will.
So he's basically
it's
gone on to
a cousin of a friend who works.
And then
or
that
he
was
just
just to
gone
cover
on
their
to
butts.
Twitter or something. He's just seen something trend and thought, "Oh, I'm gonna write an article." Oh yeah,
My
sources
dad,
told
my
me.
dad works at Microsoft, and he said this was going to happen.
Exactly.
See, the thing is with journalists, you don't reveal your sources. So if you just say sources, you can just put anything you want.
100%. At least that's how they treat it anyway. Yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
journalistic integrity is not.
And then what we'll do?
It used to be
he
a
will
real
keep
thing.
this, and then if an announcement was made, he will turn around and say, "Look, guys, I told you this," and it's like, yeah, as reported back in December 21st.
Right.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
And if it's not, they could just make an addendum. They could just make a
updated on X amount of
Exactly.
Oh,
They
amendment.
could make an
Okay,
update. Yeah. It's like
Yeah, they do that.
a lot.
Like I saw an article the other day, because now that it's the 30-year anniversary of PlayStation, they had an article that was written, I think in 2020, about like how PlayStation changed the industry, because they did. You know, originally it was supposed to be, the optical drive was supposed to be an accessory for the Super Nintendo. And then things went bad with Nintendo, and PlayStation said, "Okay, let's go ahead and make our own console." And so they did change the gaming world. We all know that.
Yeah.
But then you go look at the article on IGN now, and it said updated December 14th of 2024. So they did the same article. They just tweaked some things and updated it. So that's what they'll do to this. If it ends up being true, they'll go back and update this. And at the bottom under the caption of the picture, it'll be like, "I told you so, man."
Well, what I will say was, I was going to say in our chat actually. Have you guys played PlayStation recently? Just booted it up or anything?
No.
I played the other day for
How
the first time in months, and I couldn't figure out my controls.
Man, how nostalgic is the startup of the
love
30-year
startup.
anniversary?
It is so
Like,
cool. When you put,
I
like,
know.
the menu
I know.
button, like it'll do like this cool like border on the bottom that has like the old school stuff, and I'm like, yes. But
I'm not gonna
the thing that
lie.
makes me sad is it says limited time only, and you can
Oh,
select
I
if
didn't
you
get
want
that.
if you want
Oh.
like PS 30th anniversary, you can decide if you want PS4, PS3, or PS2.
I went PS2.
Yeah, and so like you can choose from those, but on there it says for a limited time only.
So
and
stupid.
I hate that.
I
hate that.
I know.
Like with
When I-
PS4, I could do all sorts of stuff, and with PlayStation 5, they're just like, you get what we give you.
I don't care about nostalgia like that. I mean, I think it's pointless. But what if you're showing you're capable of doing that, then why make it a limited time offer?
Yes.
If people want this, they're excited about this, just give them the option to customize their own, startup.
Yeah.
What's the point of making it limited? You're basically just saying, "Oh, remember this? Remember this? Oh, enjoy it for a little while because we're gonna take it away and put it back in the vault, you stupid customer." Like, why? It's so
Well,
pointless.
You know what?
They could give it to us for a limited time and tell us what to do.
Yeah.
And they could also, make PC users get a PlayStation Network account. So
No.
How do I
they make
know?
all sorts of smart decisions.
That ain't happening.
Oh, I'll concede that point if it means I don't have to play to find out. Beerus,
Remember
and that
when
was
we
from
were
Nos.
good?
Yes.
You're right, Loki.
Beerus says, sounds like the author has UGOTs for reliable information. And then remember when we were good? Remember?
Yeah,
I remember.
you know what it is
we were
though? Is
awesome.
I didn't even expect it. I just turned it on, and then the PlayStation 1 intro was coming on, and I can't explain the feeling I had. But I was like, "What the heck is happening? Have I just put in Tekken 3?" Like,
when it popped up for me 2
I
nights ago, when I
know.
finally got back on my PlayStation, because I haven't gamed in months. But when I finally booted it up, all that happened to me, it was like I got transported back into my
I know,
best friend's
right?
house,
Oh,
sitting down.
I honestly,
and
I wish I could
Crash
feel that
Bandicoot
way.
and Resident Evil 2 was the same
That's part of
person.
me that wishes I could feel that way. But somebody asked on Twitter, they're like, "Which one do you like the most?" And I said, "Whatever one finishes fastest, so I can get to my damn game." Like I don't care.
I can feel that. Me personally, I just want to play the game, but it was just that nostalgia. Like it was the first. I had the Sega Genesis and I had the Nintendo, and then all of a sudden there's this new exciting world with the CD-ROM and better graphics. It was just
you
cool.
sounded British then when you said that. CD-ROM.
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 It's because I think part of it for me, why I don't let this stuff matter to me, is because I know how emotionally manipulative these corporations are capable of being, just so they can extract more money from you. So I don't let that happen.
I get nostalgic because guess what? I do what I want anyway, and that didn't make me go out and buy a PlayStation 2.
We already had a
But
PlayStation.
you want to reach me on an emotional level, make a
I
good
only
game
have
with a compelling
3
story,
through
and I'll be
5.
there.
Right on.
But I didn't go out and buy the PlayStation 1, and I didn't go out and buy the PlayStation 2 just because the 30th anniversary popped up. So calm down.
That's true.
Sorry, how many
I can
PlayStation
enjoy
5s do
my
you have?
nostalgia without going and spending more money.
I do.
Gigi, I'm
eventually
sorry.
get
How
those.
many PlayStation 5s do you have?
2.
Yeah. Okay.
I got that before the 30th anniversary.
The defense stands. The defense stands.
I mean, it's not because of PlayStation and the nostalgia bait, but I do want to go back and grab 1, 2, 3, because I have 4 and 5. I want to get 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I've got 3, 4, and 5
to look at
and
actually, and play some games on the
would-
PlayStation 1. Jack and
Do you guys have like
the one and 2.
game? Because we have CEX over here where you can get like secondhand consoles and stuff. Do you guys have GameStop? Is it GameStop?
Yeah,
is it?
we've got GameStop. I've got a place around here. It's called Game Exchange. They have a lot of old stuff.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah.
the regular Nintendo. I've walked by the Duck Hunt gun and almost had a flashback.
Oh, I remember that. Oh,
that
sugar. I remember that.
You see that and you get like,
That
you get
phone
like,
can go straight to hell.
yeah. It's like almost PTSD when you look at that thing.
Before we cut out, we're running a little long today. But before we cut out, I do want to bring up those whoops. Oh, it just took me there. Those ones that we looked at before. Here, let me get this set up because this really blew me away. We're going to X. We're taking a trip to X on this one. Yes, to Twix. Check this out.
A pretty cool one. Yes.
Freaking, we've got Karate Superman. They don't want to give us a Superman game. We could have this one with the eye beams, with the laser beams. And even the little extra, Dragon Ball Z energy blast coming out of your hands.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. But it doesn't look like it takes as much charge time.
That was cool. And it's called Undefeated.
And it's free to play.
Oh.
It on Steam?
Yeah.
Wow. You're right, Fox. It's like a Superman game, isn't it?
I did want to mention something else, and I actually saw this while we were streaming. Sorry, I was on Twitter a little bit, but
Oh my goodness.
for shame.
What?
But
For
I saw
shame.
another really cool game in similar vein. It's like Prototype, which was a game I loved. It's called Meat Shot.
Oh my god.
It's a weird name for a game, but it looks really cool. It's got a horse too, and it's nuts. I don't know.
Hold on,
I
wait.
just saw this. I'm looking forward to learning more about it, but it looks really, really neat.
Oh, wait a second. Okay. Yep. I think I found it. Here, we'll take a look at that one too.
Okay.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Good games, man. Over there real quick. Hopefully this is the one you're talking about. Is this it?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. I'm digging the music.
It's like a mix of Matrix. Oh god.
Ooh, wild.
Yeah, it's oh my gosh, dude. It's clean. Hopefully we don't get
wild.
clapped for that.
This looks so much fun. Okay, wall run.
Definitely Matrix vibes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that like a pumpkin head he's got on?
It looks like
The
it, yeah.
headless horseman?
Oh dude, are you kidding me?
That's actually pretty wicked.
Wow, I didn't got that.
Meat shot.
Yeah, he's got a pumpkin.
Oh, thanks for telling me now that they showed it.
I'm a degenerate, so you can't name games like that. You can't do that. Freaking meat shot. Good lord. Oh my god.
I can't.
You can't do
Oh, it's
that,
fun.
man. Here, I'm gonna bookmark that. That's
It's a
dope.
very inappropriate name.
Very, yeah. All right, freaking what games are we playing? What games have we wrote credits on? You know, what game are we enjoying right now?
I'm still playing Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered just because I wanted to.
Repackaged.
Oh, hold on. Lord Bear says, dude looks like Atomic Fire or Dormammu.
Dormammu. Ah,
Right on.
okay.
Not familiar.
Nice.
He also
but
says
yeah,
that
I have
name, no
fun.
comment. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No. He's from
I had fun
Marvel.
Fallout 76 the other night. I couldn't remember any of the controls.
What? Oh, because you weren't playing for a while, right? Because
Yeah,
you were moving.
I have friends that I play with, and one of them was online, so I got on to play with him, and like, I couldn't even remember. He was like emoting at me, and I'm like, where's the button? What
And
do
this-
I do?
For Horizon?
No, for Fallout.
Oh,
76.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
So I was
gotcha.
like, what do I do? What button? But I'm planning on picking up Echoes of Wisdom. So
Oh shoot, deep cuts over here. God dang, there you go. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, it looks like the character that was in Doctor Strange was Dormammu. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
He's
that.
got like a fire head.
Yeah.
Sorta.
In Doctor Strange, he didn't though. He doesn't look anything like the original character.
most of the comic book, the screen ones never do.
Dormammu, he looks sick, yo. He looks so cool.
Mhm.
All right on. So we've got so you you're playing Fallout and you're playing Horizon.
Yeah.
Scotty, are you
Horizon games, I'll always replay those.
right on? Scotty, you playing Judgment still?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The story's getting good.
Okay.
Like a twist has just happened, and it's like, yeah.
Right on.
I'm enjoying it. I imagine the other Yokozuna games like this as well, Nas. Like it has its story. It starts off with twists and turns, X, Y, and Z. You can roam the city, go for food, meet friends, and everything. Has it got that same kind of element?
Yeah, a lot of like side stories are called sub stories in in the Yakuza games, which their own kind of side thing, which are they're pretty funny, and usually those even have their own twists in them as well. And they just put the characters in weird, kooky scenarios. it's fun. They're quite fun.
Right on.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm actually still playing through that. I'm playing through Zero because I started that. Oh, sorry. You know what? This is your time, Scotty. You're talking about.
No, that was literally it. Just Judgment. I've refrained from buying new games because I want to complete this one.
No,
Otherwise, I'll just sit on the shelf and gather dust again. So Yeah, over to you, Noz. What are you playing?
So I started playing Yakuza 0 when I got sick like a few weeks ago because I just couldn't do anything. So I'm like, I just want to, I would need a comfort game. So I went back to Yakuza 0.
Game.
Yeah, you got your comfort food, you got your comfy clothes, you got your comfy games.
What's that Nintendo one where it was like Animal Crossing? No Animal Crossing.
That's your
fucking
cozy
Yakuza.
game. Yeah.
No, Yakuza 0 I like. I love that game.
Right on.
So playing that and then started Mega Man X6 on Monday and oh my god, that game is gonna kill me. But no, I'm not gonna let it.
Right
I'm gonna
on.
beat that game because I don't want it to beat me. And checked out a couple of indie games. What's that?
It won't beat you. You're
It won't. It won't.
No, it won't.
Checked out a couple of indie games on Wednesday. Loki was there actually. What was it? Brutal John, which is a Duke Nukem inspired, heavily inspired game. Also, what was the other one that it was made by former developers that worked on Ion Fury, and that was a game that Loki was familiar with. I was not. And the other one I looked at was Windrunners, which is like an aerial combat but 2D game, and that one really I really loved. The demo is in alpha state,
okay,
but the game is a lot of fun. Like I keep going back to that.
Did you play it on stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch those. Right on.
Brutal John was, I don't know, has that Duke Nukem style sense of humor, but the voice acting is present. I'll say that. That's about the nicest thing I can say.
Right
the voice
on.
acting exists in the game. But
You could tell he wasn't wearing his knuckles gloves.
no, definitely not. And I was
That's a
having
nice
a debate with Loki about whether or not one of the characters' voices was AI generated or just terrible.
That does not speak very well for the voice acting.
But it could have been deliberate. I don't know, but yeah. So that's what I've been playing.
Right on.
about
Loki
you,
did
Fox?
say can confirm Judgment is excellent.
Yeah, he said reverse missile command, and he's talking about Windrunners.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
yeah, that I get the reference, and he's kind of right with that one.
Okay. I'm currently not playing anything right now. I wrote credits on Neva, and I finished Spider-Man 2. I need to get back on Black Myth Wukong.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Black Myth.
Yeah. It's gonna be, the learning curve is gonna kick my freaking behind, but I'm ready to get through it. It's the only thing I have left, and then I could start looking at other ones. The ones
I really enjoyed watching you play Black Myth.
it's a lot of
awesome.
fun. But oh my gosh, like it's not extremely hard. It's not anything like Elden Ring, but holy crap, dude, it'll get you a few times. Like, oh my gosh, I was fighting the one tiger, and I used to know the mythology because I dug deep into it, but apparently these two tiger brothers, they were working for this rat, whatever. So I fought, I think the big brother, he was beating me black and blue, dude. He was just not letting up. But we got through him, and the rat was even harder. Holy crap, dude. The win. Anyway, yes.
A question for you, Fox. Are you going to make a video on Spider-Man 2?
Yes, I am.
All right. Look forward to that.
Right on. Okay.
Good. I can't wait to see it. That's one I wanted a backseat game.
Right on. It's going to be a review and not the playthrough. But yeah, I think it I'm getting to where I'm landing on where exactly I want to say, because I mean, sure, the things people are saying about, you know, the look of some of these characters is 100% true. But I'm trying to refrain from going there just because, you know, I don't know. I think
you're kind of beaten with a dead horse.
Yeah, that too.
Or like a dead horse. Sorry, not with a dead horse.
I think how they.
I was gonna say, man, you gotta have muscles to go. You're lowing.
I think the way that they use these characters are much more poignant and more to the fact where I couldn't feed into them. I couldn't get on board with the character, you know. So yeah, that's coming out hopefully in the next few weeks. I've definitely got to get a bunch of clips for it. So yeah, that's what we got. Neva's up on the channel right now if you want to go take a look at that. Absolutely love the game. The artistry on screen was absolutely amazing. Very simple, short story, but impactful in how they told the story, and the visuals. Mechanics were really simple and fun too. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, 4 hours, I'm going to say it was $15. or $16. So you're not like losing out on, you know, some of these AAA titles, you know, $70, 120 if we're talking about Ubisoft. But yeah.
I'm trying to find my drive that I have everything stored on.
That might be me, Loki. He says somebody is staticking out. That might be me.
Oh yeah, I fucking hear something. I was checking my audio as well. I don't know if it was me.
I know, I checked mine. I was like, oh.
No, it's my my mic. I don't know what's going on with it, but it was giving me issues before we started. So, yep.
It's okay, it's just the beat. Yeah.
Start beatboxing to it.
Yeah.
So before it gets any worse, I'm gonna go ahead and
it
sign
just
off.
got worse.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend,
You
everybody.
guys have a good Christmas. Good
Merry
weekend.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to those that don't celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays.
Enjoy your Chinese food.
Yes, everybody enjoy, be safe, and game. Take the break to game.
Good Lord, it's going nuts over here. All right, let me close this thing out. All right, guys.
All right, bye,
I'll see you on the other
guys.
side.
Bye.
All right. Sorry about the audio, everybody. I'm gonna check it out after this, but thank you to the panel. Freaking awesome every time they come through and give their expert analysis on what we talked about today. Eye-opening, pondering stuff. I love it. You can go check them out. Their links will be in the description. Give them a watch. Very interesting stuff. I'm always blown away by it. While you're down there, you can look at our stuff too. We have a Rolodex of stuff, but get started now. But last but certainly not least, everyone who commented and everyone who's watching in the background, really appreciate you. Wouldn't be any reason to wake up at 6:30 on the Saturday if you didn't. So thank you. With all that being said, enjoy your weekend, and you can catch the same time next week. Maybe I'll update if that doesn't happen. But until then, keep it casual. Peace.